3 p.m. UTC, Captain's Mode tournament for the Reddit Dota 2 Community Cup. My name is Melody, also known as Shoot, and I am here with my co-caster,
Daybreaker, also known as Brendan.
Yes, good old Daybreaker. The classic.
I'm looking forward to this brand new patch.
Yeah.
I have some interesting ideas coming out.
The
Everyone knows Reddit defines the meta, and then the pros look to them.
Exactly. It's actually true. Yeah. We get some crazy tactics and crazy strats in these tournaments, and who knows? We might even end up seeing some inklings of what is to happen at future majors happening right now in the stream. So it's gonna be pretty insane. Either way, it's gonna be fun games. Like regardless, just have some good games in these tournaments.
I'm expecting to see some sort of push strats. There's Lycans being quite popular recently. But hopefully they won't be ending too soon. It'd be like a good throwy game back and forth would always be good.
Yeah, for real. Nice, or even just consistently good games, you know? Like, obviously, games where it kind of goes one way and then goes the other and then maybe throws back, those are always really fun. But honestly, I just think we're good to see some good-ass Dota today. And that's what's important. Of course, brought to you guys by Alliance, because they are sponsoring the tournament. The prize today, as you can see on the screen right now, is you get a special Flare and Discord role. As always, you gotta, brag to everyone in the Discord that you won. But also, you get special Alliance clothing. Courtesy of course, at the Alliance GG on Twitter. Very cool company. Very nice that they're giving us these prizes. So definitely do go check them out. Give them a follow. All that lovely stuff. We're currently just waiting for players to get in. But if you guys are tired of looking at the screen, I will just bring up the game. Here's this one.
So who else is glad that all the movement speed on boots is back to normal?
Yeah.
Only took a couple of years.
After so long.
I can finally play Crystal Maiden again.
Right?
God, she was so slow permanently. I'm loving this. I really like these changes.
It is really nice.
Spirit Vessels is certainly interesting as well. Having a negative aura that reduces health regen is a nice, interesting change that adds a little bit more depth to the game. I mean, you'd be looking at. I can imagine a lot of sort of offlaners like to pick this item up. Be kind of similar to like how you like to carry pipes or mechs and other auras and stuff like that. It's just that, but kind of the opposite. You're kind of just doing the opposite for the other team. So obviously you want someone tanky and someone who can stay in the fight for a long time to actually reduce their regen for a long time.
No, definitely. It's a lot easier, obviously, now to do that. And also the value of stats, obviously, has gone down because of all this. I think int heroes are going to be much worse now, like a lot of the time, because Spell Amp was a really useful stat, I'd say, on them, much more so than move speed or magic res was on strength and agis.
I think I would agree with core int heroes, something like maybe a Zeus, OD,
Zeus, OD,
although OD got a separate. OD got his own separate buff, but because they're the sort of heroes that got a lot of intelligence, to actually make a noticeable amount of magic resistance, magic amp buff. But
I was also thinking people like Queen of Pain as well.
Yeah, Queen of Pain is a good one as well. I think overall the stat change thing is kind of a buff to int supports though. Like, let's say Crystal Maiden, like I mentioned earlier, her Crystal Nova was only going to be very slightly increased because you weren't stacking a load of int on CM. May have got a percent or two at most.
No.
But the magic resistance when you...
from maybe 4 staff, if you even build 4 staff on CM.
Yeah, whereas the enemy centaur or something like that who's getting a huge amount of magic resistance from strength would now be getting hit a lot harder from that support spell.
Yeah, and of course, the big, elephant in the room when it comes to the changes is Morphling, because you don't get magic res or movement speed from shifting your agi or shifting your strength, so getting away as Morphling. Like he's a lot easier to kill now, even if he morphs full strength.
In my opinion, I think Morphling's finally in the right place.
Yeah, because he was incredibly busted before. He was very, very good.
That always really annoyed me when you had 2 health bars. That was the worst.
Yeah.
Just didn't seem fair. It's just like, so you literally are 1.8 heroes basically.
Yeah, because you just
how's
have
that
to kill
balanced?
so much. No, it is just a really, really weird place to be in. I could never play Morphling. Like, I mean, shock horror. Melody can't play Morphling, like, you know, technical hero or whatever. But I could never play Morphling. I remember I tried to play him multiple times for the you remember Last International? They had that like jungle expedition quest thing
Um,
in the battle pass.
I'm not sure. All right. I'm not sure. You may have to remind me.
Oh, okay. So basically, what it was in the battle pass, they had like a little challenge thing you could do.
Oh, the hero challenge.
Yeah. The hero
where
challenge
you had to
thing,
do
and
every hero. Oh, that's always fun.
and you would. It wasn't just that. It was you would start with a certain amount of heroes, and the heroes there were like 3 different branching paths you could go down. One was for carries, one was for utility, and the other was for support. And I remember Morphling was in my carry, was on my carry path, and it took me like 5, 6, maybe 7 games to get a win with him. It was terrible. I had to get carried as the carry. It was awful.
I tell you what, you should have gone like. It's a shame support Morphling's not the same as it used to be.
Yeah.
Or like 3 position Morphling. I played an hour and 40-minute match once or an hour and a half match as a 3 position Morphling. I was just trying it out, and it happened to be against Merlini,
No way.
Toby 1, ODPixel, and MSS, and apparently Ake's girlfriend or EGM's girlfriend or something like that.
Oh my god, look at you.
It was an hour and 40 match, right? And we won that, and I just griefed the hell out of Merlini, right? He was playing Lina mid, and I was just throwing 5-second stun, right? Because he had like 5-second stun if he went full strength sort of thing. And then I'd use him, because I had 12% cooldown reduction talent as well, then I'll just go into another 5-second stun. He built Lincolns, and it just like, I made him so mad. And it worked, and we won. Like, it was a ridiculous game.
Oh my god.
And that's the only time I've had fun on Morphling. Other than an overthrow.
Honestly, don't blame you. Oh, Overthrow's a good-ass game mode.
But yeah, so I've beaten MSS. It was good, man.
Actually true.
He was weighed down by Toby 1 and ODPixel, though, so...
Yeah.
Toby's pretty heavy.
That's the thing, yeah. Yeah, Owen's not a bad player from what I've seen. I've only seen him really play recently. Like, I think I saw him play with Bulldog a few months ago. But,
as far as I'm aware, he's like 4.5 to 5k.
Yeah, he's not exactly dead weight.
But Toby 1's 3k,
Yeah,
and that's dead weight to me.
Toby 1, I'll be honest, Toby 1 gives me hope. Because I'm 3k. If Toby 1 can be an iconic caster at 3k, then so can I. And that's the hope.
Trying to find this match now.
Yeah. I'm just going to double check what the status is on the person that's coming through. Right, okay, just to keep you guys aware, the reason why we are waiting is because Team Lizard Caesars, which is Team 2, appear to need a stand-in. So we are currently just trying to source one for them now, and as soon as we've got one, the tournament will be continuing, and the other games of the tournament are ongoing, so don't worry, this won't hold up the entire event.
Yeah, any downtime now is probably just less time we have to wait between the next match.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so hopefully we can go out of this match and then just get straight into the next one. Seems like we've got someone in the lobby now, so hopefully everything works out. How have you been keeping, by the way, Daybreaker?
It's been alright. Being at home all the time is kind of boring.
Yeah, no, definitely. I completely agree.
I don't miss going to work, though. Like, I'm working from home, but I don't miss going into work.
Yeah, no, same.
I found the match. It's a 2-hour match. It was 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Oh my god, that's insane. That's so... Oh, that's the worst. But yeah, no, so... Yeah, I completely feel that. I've been working from home as well, and it just kind of sucks not going out. Like, obviously you got it, right? Flatten the curve. It's just a responsible thing to do, stay inside all the time. But it does suck not being able to go out places. I'm a big movie fan. You know, I love going to the cinema. And I just haven't really been able to do that. And it sucks. I hope this quarantine and all this like stuff can be over soon so I can go back to the movies. Because I really enjoyed that. But that's just me being a nerd, so...
That's one of my girlfriend's favorite pastime, is going to the movies, so I get dragged along. But we always get a good load of food as well, so I'm happy.
Yeah, that's fair. It's still a good... even if you're not like a big moviegoer, it's still a decent experience, I think. But no, it's all good, because I know a lot of cinemas, especially in the UK, have like cafes and stuff like near or inside them, but the one in my town has a Costa in it. And I love just go. I really like my whole ritual with a movie is I'll go in like 10 minutes early, because you know advertisements. I'll grab a caramel latte and I'll sit down in the cinema. I'll just enjoy a movie. It's great. That's like my kind of me time self care stuff. It's just really enjoyable.
For us recently, we're going to TGI Fridays.
Ah, nice. Always good. All right,
We got a game.
we do. It's kind of... Oh, there we go. Nice. Right. Game started. PL out immediately. People really don't want to fight that hero.
Yeah, I don't think it's that strong at the moment. The games are ending too soon.
Yeah, PL can't really get to the disgusting levels of PL that we're so used to seeing. I think PL's been banned in almost every game. He's been banned or picked in like almost every game of the tournament.
No one likes the cancel
series.
answer.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
Beastmaster, I can understand that one. You know, going with those sort of push strats if you don't want to face that.
Yeah, for the early game, I completely agree.
Necro too, to be honest. It's just having someone at the front unstoppable.
Yeah, because Necro just dominates so much through the mid game, and then also in the late game, just not as much.
I think an up-and-coming hero at the moment is Clinks.
Really?
He got a buff in 7.26a, so he basically has more damage, you know. But that hero loves having damage.
Oh, definitely.
You can fight fairly early on with this hero, like it's not like a late game hero.
Yeah.
So he's kind of buffed by the fact that all these gold changes and they're not feeding away kill streaks, etc.
Sorry, I'm getting word from the from I'm getting word from above saying Lizard Caesars Team 1 and the Glorious Team 2 is Team 2. So sorry about getting that wrong earlier. Sorry, continue, Rico.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I think Clinks is going to be a nice strong hero at the moment. Also, you look at it, Doa buff over the last week, it's gained 5% in win rate, which is kind of
that's pretty
crazy.
big, yeah.
That's across all skill ranges, to be fair.
Yeah.
But, so's our tournament, to be honest. It's
exactly, yeah, all skill ranges. That's what's great about the Reddit Cup. But yeah, as you say, with these push strats, Naga Siren going down, Pugna going down, Void Spirit's just a genuinely strong hero, and I'm not sure how much I agree with Timbersaw personally.
It might be just a ban with the plan to have a free position strength hero. You don't want to have to deal with being wrecked in lane.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Timbersaw counters quite a few heroes, so if you want to pick one of those up, it's not a bad ban.
Yeah, no, it's almost like a comfort ban. Bristleback as well fits that category as well. There's position 3 strengths that are just annoying for certain heroes.
It might have been a bit of they banned out Timbersaw, so maybe you want like a strength carry.
Yeah.
That pushes early, and then Bristle
does do
Bristle's
that.
your guy for that.
I remember seeing I saw like a Reddit post a little while ago that was like, "Hi guys, come check out my guide to play Bristleback. You can find it at https:// www.
People are waiting for this battle pass, aren't they?
Yeah, no, they are, dude. The battle pass is driving people mad. All right, first pick, Grimstroke.
All right, good wave clear. So maybe you're looking for some anti-push from their support.
Yeah,
quite a nice fun hero to play otherwise.
Yeah, it's a pick which obviously with Grimstroke you're more inclined to pick combo pieces, like things that can work well with his push, with Inkswell, with his ult, and also possibly even with his Axe upgrade. So, wait, actually, can his His axe only works with enemy heroes, doesn't it?
Yeah, only
Okay,
enemy
whoops,
heroes.
sorry.
It's something you build
Rubik
in a
first
case of
pick.
statting. I like it. Nothing wrong with Rubik first pick. It's like a generic support. I'm not sure what we want this game. Rubik fits into most lineups fine.
I mean, it's definitely good into Grimstroke in a vacuum because you get the Q without the cast time, and the Q is, and also with 50% spell amp on the Q, it's already doing a ton of damage if it's a full creep wave. So it's it's a really good spell to have. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just wondering if I don't know. Whenever I see someone first pick Rubik, I'm always like, oh, because yeah.
I think for a lot of support players as well, it's a comfort hero because
Yes.
it's something just like a lot of support players just like playing.
Yeah, Rubik is a fun hero.
Keeper.
So it works
Keeper
with the pushes. Yeah, Rubik and Koppel, you already actually have a fair bit of push there on its own. They have a good wave clear.
One issue I think with picking you both supports like this right from the start is you've very much given away that you're going to have quite a passive start. You know exactly where these are going to be going, right? Rubik's going to be the 4, Keeper the 5. Keeper's recently been nerfed, but I think one of the main combos I've been seeing recently is what's really strong is Ember Spirit with Keeper of the Light. You can just keep sleight fisting Searing Chains someone down for ages because you can just reduce the cooldown in between.
Yeah, of course, the cooldowns, yeah.
Basically, Keeper of the Light is really good with spammy heroes. Like, it's really good with a Bristle lane, but they've banned that themselves.
Yeah. No, I can see that. Looking at their looking at their Keeper of the Light, there are a lot of they've kind of narrowed down the kind of their draft they're doing. Definitely, they've shown a lot of their hand here, but there are still a fair few options to go with the Koppel to go for. It's not like it's not like Koppel is like one of those heroes that requires like a specific, it requires specific set pieces to make work properly.
I like this clock pick. Something a bit more aggressive that both these supports can't deal with at all. The only downside is they're going to be picking up a carry in that can't be caught out by it. But he's going to have a good game against the supports at least.
Yeah, Rubik needs to keep telekinesis for if Coco jumps on him, and most of the time he's not going to be because of whatever. Also, he's having to waste telekinesis on the clock, and it's I think clock's a very solid pick. Morphling ban. I don't.
Seconds remaining.
I'm not so keen on that. I would like them to ban the Ember Spirit just for that combo. Ember is another hero as well. Doesn't care about clockwork.
No, I agree. I think Ember was the ban there.
Dire team pick.
Bloodseeker. I haven't seen that in a while.
Radiant team pick.
That's the Lycan you were talking about. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Oh, God. Here we go.
So right, we're going to be looking to try and end this game fairly early mid-game now, but you got a Lycan. They got some wave clear with Grimstroke, but the Clockwork doesn't do anything. But Clockwork, I would say, is still fairly decent against the Lycan. You can actually lock him down quite well. Tidehunter, some team fight, not really much wave clear at the moment. The Lycan still can get a good push going here.
Yeah, Tidehunter's pretty good against push strats, obviously, because he's just so tanky, and also Anchor Smash is just a great counter push ability.
5 seconds remaining.
And obviously Ravage is just a really good ultimate, but picking a Tide into Rubik...
Yeah, could get a nice cool Ravage steal.
Yeah, the thing is here is all 3 of these heroes have relatively decent spells for Rubik to steal. You're never going to say no to a Rocket Flare.
Axe.
Axe is pretty nice.
Axe fits the tempo they're going for. That's for sure. The Rubik Axe lane should be okay. You might be able to get a lift into a call with some creeps around, and that'll be good.
They've got a fair amount of CC, and they've definitely got damage. So
yeah, and if things are not going well in the lane, Axe can always skip the wave against those supports, as well as Rubik could go roam a bit.
I really like the Monkey King there.
Yeah, I think that's really good. Really good against the Axe.
Yeah, very good against the Axe. I think he eats Keeper and Rubik for breakfast. That's the only person who I think he's not wonderful against his Lycan, but even then, like, it's not like it's bad.
Yeah, the other option I think may have been Troll, but he's a
5
bit more
seconds
countered by
remaining.
Axe. So the
Yeah.
Monkey King's going to have a really good time in lane, but also matches the sort of tempo that Lycan brings,
Mm,
which is good.
yeah, I agree.
I dare say the Monkey can scale a bit better as well than Lycan.
Yeah. The only thing they're missing here is a position 1 carry, but the thing is who would you want in this team? You've already got hard CC in the on the ult from Tidehunter, and I think Tidehunter
I
Monkey
think
King is
Monkey's
really
the carry.
Monkey. Oh, you think it's safe line Monkey?
Yeah, it's cause just so you can put him against the Axe. And then
Yeah.
I think early game carries are really strong right now because
The
again,
green
all the late
team
game
has
ones
banned
take too long to come
someone
online
Now
these days.
that I didn't see coming.
They're not
Dire
banned themselves.
have banned the Ember themselves. That's
Yeah, they could have still gone with it as a mid, but they can't pick up Ember for themselves now because if they did pick Ember in the mid lane, then they'll just swap Monkey King to go mid.
yeah.
Sand King,
Sand King.
Sand-
Haven't seen him in a while.
it's
I can see what they're going for. They're going
what's
for like
going
a they're going for like a wombo combo, I think.
what's their mid?
Monkey King? It's gotta be.
You can't just pick Monkey King mid without knowing what their mid is. Like, he
It's-
can destroy some lineups, but he can't do anything
Okay,
against.
let's put the pub vision on, right? Okay, let's put the pub glasses
vision.
on, right?
5
This is
seconds
a serious captain's mode tournament. What are you on about this pub crap?
Exactly right. Everyone knows that Captain's mode is Tri-Herd Mega Nerd mode, so it's all good. So yeah, Grimstroke position 5, Clockwork position 3, right?
I would say clock 4.
Clock 4. Okay, so Tide 3.
It could be a Tide carry. It could be a Monkey King carry. Monkey King could go mid. Tide Hunter can go mid. Sand King's probably the 3 here, I would say.
Oh,
Shadow Fiend.
Shadow Fiend. That's
See,
okay. So that counts.
I
as
like
Monkey
that.
Mid there. That's
That or maybe a Razor. Like, just something
Yeah.
that counters a melee core because they're stuck with having a melee core. For sure.
yeah, and also just good synergy with the rest of the team. Shadow Fiend's just a good. He works with the early push strats. He can synergize with like any engage that happens. He's really good with the lamp. He's really good with the with pretty much anything Rubik throws down, and he's also really good with Axe Call as well. Right, predictions, Daybreaker. Predictions. What do we think?
I think I prefer the Dire lineup.
I'm in agreement. I think Dire, but I think Radiant will get first blood. That's my prediction. I think Radiant will get first blood.
But who will get 7th blood?
Oh, 7th blood. No, that's gonna go to the Dire. But it's gonna be close.
So it's worth noting here the tanking player is a rank 550 immortal. So he might be going mid with this to try and really take over the lane. But
Well, where do we think he's going?
I think Sand King. I think you play with Sand King is for free, ideally. But honestly, I don't know what they're doing.
He's got a ward on him.
Yeah, looks like he's going mid. I think.
Sure
Monkey
does seem
King's-
like it.
Yeah, Monkey King's safe. That's fair. He's gonna have a good time against the Axe. He wouldn't have a good time against the Shadow Fiend mid. So that makes sense. I just don't. I think they've really set themselves on the back foot by second to last picking, or their last hero, but
Yeah.
before the enemy gets their last pick, another core that's a melee because it just leads themselves to being counterpicked by a simple, we can just get a certain melee countering core.
Yeah, and then of course, as you said,
30
this is the
seconds.
Sand King mid. I think Sand King versus Shadow Fiend is going to be quite the difficult lane.
Unless there's someone I don't know, which is perfectly possible. These are very good players in the mid lane.
Yeah, no, they do seem like it. Shadow Fiend, of course, is the level 25 Dota Plus Shadow Fiend. Oh, sorry, not level 25, level 20. My bad. Basically, he's played a lot of Shadow Fiend, and we do already seem to be off to a relatively aggressive start in the mid lane. In the top bounty room.
Good blinding light.
Very good binding light, yes.
Lots of animal cruelty up the top.
Yeah, those
Multiple dogs were harmed in the making of this boundary.
Those wolves are feeling it, yeah.
Dota 2 announcer.
I honestly expect to see this Shadow Fiend to win mid.
Mm.
And the even worst case scenario, he's going to farm up quicker than a Sand King.
I
Because he
would-
can always pop to the side camps and be a bit more efficient.
I would have
Looks
to
like-
agree, yeah.
Looks like Axe is going for the skip straight away, which
Oh,
I can
he's
respect.
got a really good block too. This is going to be so painful. Trell. Oh, the Sentry Ward picked up so quick. You love to see it. Well, not
I
if
really-
you're Radiant, but look at him. Is he?
Oh, he's
my
got a fourth raise.
Goodness me!
He's getting his ass handed to him.
Oh my
Fifth
god!
raise,
And he cancelled
cancelling
the salve.
This
Wow.
lane's over.
What
Right,
do
let's
you-
go to the other
What
lanes.
do you do? Yeah, okay. Well, let's take a look at what's happening on top lane, shall we? Goodness me!
I've never seen that. 5 raises.
In the mid lane, before a minute. He's still
I really like
harassing
what
him.
this
Oh my
Axe
god,
has
and he
done.
misses the stun. Oh no. He's still got a sentry, Thompson. Oh, that's a first blood to the Shadow Fiend.
This isn't the Thompson that I agree to love.
Yeah, no, this is Flopson over here. Goodness me.
Oh, this Axe is actually running down the Grimstroke now. Got Battle Hunger
Oh, I
as
see
well
that.
as Spin.
This Grimstroke might actually be dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
This
And he
is
can just-
ridiculous.
and he can just cut the creeps.
Yeah, actually, Axe
doesn't
cutting the
care.
creeps is a great idea because he can't really lane up against the Monkey King very well. But the fact that he's getting a kill off it as well is kind of,
Oh yeah, this is
just a good
it's
bonus.
absolutely perfect. They can clear this, and he can just, if he doesn't want to fight this Grimstroke, he can just walk away. But he probably could fight him. He's got level 2 Helix.
Do you want to pop up the last hits?
Ah, yes, we'll do, of course. Smile.
So Monkey King's going to get free farm. That's understandable. That was always going to happen.
Yeah,
Sand King's losing mid pretty hard.
he's got
Uh,
he's got a quelling and an orb. I'm not sure how much I agree with the early orb in this lane, but I can.
His
I
plan
can
was
see
to
it.
walk down the Axe, but Axe is doing the right thing and just ignoring him.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, cutting the creeps. They're just making it really difficult for Monkey King to stay in lane.
Right.
Obviously.
They're fighting over sentries mid again, and another one went down.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Another raise, yeah, what do you do?
I don't know. You
Yeah, just,
send the Grimstroke mid
Yeah.
and start jungling with Sand King? I don't know.
yeah. But the thing is he's almost at max souls. Like he's at 15 souls at at nearly 3 minutes. That's an amazing ratio. It's like Invoker. It's like a full exalt Invoker at this point. It's ridiculous.
But he's loving it.
Oh, absolutely. A little bit of like just small engages happening, little trades happening on top lane. Basically just trying to kill the wolves, it looks like. Clockwork going a little bit far forward, not far forward enough though to get aggro by the tower, so good positioning from him.
I'd like to see this Grimstroke move off the lane for now, because the Monkey King's going to free farm under the tower.
Yeah, honestly, if I'm Grimstroke, I think, definitely ward up, try and stack
Monkey
camps.
King's courier. Is that going to kill it? No. Right, okay. Monkey King realizes
Yeah, it was like, oh no. But
the Shadow Fiend's 2 levels up already.
yeah, it's crazy. What do you do?
Yikers.
As Sanking here, what do you do?
You come to the wave whenever it pushes in, but otherwise you jungle.
Yeah, I
The
would
couple
say so.
camps near you.
Yeah.
Shadow Fiend will take
See-
the tower soon enough there.
The thing is, I would say maybe call Grimstroke in to get some assistance.
I don't think Grimstroke can salvage this lane, other than maybe just collect the XP himself.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
They should be able to kill the Lycan top though, I think, if they
So it's-
decide to.
Yeah,
But they
see,
decide to
Dyer
handle
do
the sacks.
Dyer do see that Sanking's there, but I'm not sure what they can actually do about it.
So Axe is just creating space now for his other cores.
Yeah, crazy amount. Clockwork not being in the top lane.
I mean,
Is
Tavis,
really
Lycan, they're both going to farm there absolutely fine, I think.
Yeah.
I do wonder if they just like misclick the Sand King.
Yeah.
Oh, nice call with the Ancients and Clockwork.
Yeah,
I didn't get too lucky with spins though.
Finders
Got the bounty runes now. This is 3-for-1. Dire favored. They've already got a 2k lead. Yeah. Monkey King's still trying to pull his courier in.
Yeah. We see Keeper of the Light coming round. Could he possibly do anything here? Oh, he's just putting a sentry down. Okay, fair enough. A little bit of a situation happening here with the axe, but he seems relatively safe, which obviously is always good. Monkey King just, as you say, trying to get the free farm, which you can't really argue too much with.
Fortified.
Yeah, this Monkey King's gonna have to really make some moves that are gonna disturb the enemy's push, because they're gonna suddenly have a fairly farmed Lycan, fully farmed Shadow Fiend, and a fully farmed axe running them with Lycan's push. You might be able to stave off your push with Ravage, but that's a long cooldown.
Definitely. Yeah.
I'm really gonna.
Shadow Fiend's got a DD. The moment he goes in is gonna be a moment.
Probably just gonna save it for the tower, I would assume.
Yeah, I would. Oh, he might be able to get a gold. Just a small trade like that in itself, giving.
Where do you think you're going?
I like the sense of humor from this Sand King player. It's nice. It's very nice to see.
Bless your soul.
So if we just take a look at the
How
KDA
do they come
stuff,
back?
the kills obviously are on. Yes, no.
Crash and burn, indeed. Right, how do they come back for this? They got, in terms of spells, they will have really good team fight. If they could catch people out inside a nice Wukong's command with a Ravage, they will have the damage to kill someone. But past that, they're gonna have some real damage problems, I think. What sort of pickoffs can Clockwork get with level 6? All the enemy are actually prone to being caught out with cogs.
Yeah.
So maybe
Hook Cogs,
moving around with the monkey.
Hook Cogs definitely screws up Rubik, and I think the one person that they definitely don't, well, the two people they definitely don't want to hook are Shadow Fiend and Axe. I think Shadow Fiend is so far ahead at this point that by the time clock 6, he will have just so much damage and he'll just be able to do so much that it's not worth it.
He's getting two. He's
Oh
getting
my
two
god,
couriers.
2 couriers! This Axe is solo carrying!
Guys, you know he's there. He's been skipping you away for the
And
whole
they're
7
still
minutes
calling
of the game.
couriers. Oh my goodness. I feel like this Rubik is playing it a little. He's got no mana. He's playing it a little
Radiant's
bit
middle tower
dangerously.
is under attack.
But yeah, so coming back to the Clockwork, Clock's on level 3 at the moment.
He's got the DD and he's going in on the Sand King.
Oh, don't blame him at all.
He's just stealing his camps. That's
Yeah.
a good move.
Wouldn't blame him, but here's the thing.
Why farm your own camps when you can farm theirs?
Yeah, exactly. And, he's got the DD, he's got a fair amount of time on it, he can get the farm absolutely easy breezy, bottle up a little bit, there's an illusion rune there, you can use it to push the tower, or he can just walk straight past and go to the creeps. He's in no rush.
Top lane, this Lycan's getting caught out. Really nice blinding light, actually stopping him able to get a good cogs off before it's probably too late.
Yeah, solid, yeah. No, Cottle definitely saving the Lycan there. Good play.
I think this Rubik has a bit of an identity issue. It's like all my lanes are winning, but I'm not even playing the game.
Yeah, what am I
He-
doing?
He just tried to do a stack.
Yeah.
He's got the ancient stacked a bit.
We'll not talk about it. But yeah, the ancient stack is good.
Yeah, he can't even get any levels bottom because Axe is obviously skipping far ahead. It's
Yeah.
probably worth him just going
I
top
would,
to
I was just about
hit
to say,
the tide a bit.
turning top into like some kind of tri lane, I think is probably best
Here he
for him
comes.
at the moment. Here he goes.
certainly not needed mid, and he's not needed bomb.
And
So as well.
that's a cog that I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. Says Lycan and Couple. And
Yeah,
ends
Those
up
walls are
picking the
really
kill.
quite annoying for his whatever it's called. Q is called again, battery assault.
Yeah, because obviously the mini stuns stop you from attacking, but they end up soaking the stun and the damage so that Lycan can fight a lot more easily.
Invisibility.
Looks like Clockwork's coming in mid. He's level 3. The Shadow Fiend was half health, but he's just salved up.
Yeah, he's all smoked up, so he's obviously trying to look to do something. I'm just not sure what he can really do in this instance. Like, obviously he knows where Axe is, but he can't fight Axe. There's no way he could be thinking of possibly turning on this, right? Like, no one
Yeah,
else
they
is
need to at
around.
least free man him.
Yeah, look, I don't. Yeah, so you've wasted a smoke. You've used your cogs. You've taken battle hunger damage for your troubles. Grimstreak's
here comes a
Grimstreak's
Grimstreak.
TPing, but honestly, at this point, you know, you've got a level 4 and a level 3 against this Axe who is going absolutely insane. He's got a ring of health.
He is more levels than them combined.
Yeah, I don't even think that this matters too much. That's a dead clock, and then Grimstroke has to back off.
Just donate
Yeah.
donate life.
This Axe is saying, I won't just cut your creeps, I'll cut your heroes in half. You know, it's easy, we'll take whatever. And the thing is, he doesn't even have to back off, he's got so much regen. 22 health per second.
Bad dudes, middle tower.
Well, this monkey should have moved sooner for this bounty rune. Now he's going to miss out on both of them.
Yeah.
Is that going to be 4 bounty runes?
Oh no.
Dire's middle tower is on.
Oh, no, no, no. 5k lead. Only 4 kills on one side, 0 on the other.
6k lead, that is. If you look at the net worth as I've put up there,
Oh, God.
all three, like, positions 1 through 3 of Dire are all ahead of the Radiant position 1.
Lycan, used up top. Got Ink Swell onto a Tide. If he mangoes up, he has a Ravage. If he dare to dive too deep.
He does have the mana for it. I don't think Lycan. I think Lycan recognizes this and is not going to commit too hard. Obviously, the cooldown on Shapeshift is still pretty long. It's not really a spell you want to use and not get anything with, but it's better than dying for it. Good blinding light. Yeah, this Cockle is on point with the blinding light. Good
That's
Ravage.
a desperate Ravage.
It stuns too, and it does set up a good cogs, but can anything really be done here? Yeah, Clock's just not far ahead enough. And ends up being a 0 casualty team fight.
They got to realize that to actually kill anyone, they're going to have to at least 4-man them.
Yeah.
And just take the consequences as they are. Like, for example, Sankey now moving up to try and actually get these kills. If he had the Ravage now, it'd be a lot more threatening.
Oh,
But
so
Shadow
much
Fiend's going
more,
to
so
take
much
mid
more.
tower.
And, okay. Like I say, that Stroke of Fate on Rubik, very good because it comes out instantly. But Rubik's still going to go down. This is where Tidehunter kind of shines, when
Oh,
everyone's kind of
Sanking
low out.
actually goes down to the wolves.
Are fortified.
Yeah, that's kind of
It's not even
unfortunate.
worth it anymore.
Yeah, no.
Those guys doing some great work. Forget about it.
It feels like Dire have 3 1 positions. And Raiden have a 2 position, a 3 position,
And
a
then,
4
like-
position, and 2 6
Yeah,
positions.
2-6.
What you gonna do? Get mad or get even?
Desperately need the level 6 on Clockwork.
Yeah,
They-
yeah, it'll just boost him from being kind of useful in the form of like walking cogs to actually being able to engage and then allowing people to follow up, or also
This is why-
following up on himself. Shadow Fiend is coming in with a haste. This Tidehunter is looking very, very endangered. The lamp goes
Nice
out.
Clockwork. Like and baited in the Sand King,
Oh,
so
not
it's
even
going to be another
close.
kill.
It's just so. He's got the Dragon Lance. He's got the Yasha on the Courier. It's just
Right, Clockwork's finally trying to get some levels mid. I really, really would have liked to see Grimstroke or Clockwork defend mid for a while Sand King was jungling.
yeah.
They really needed to get a 6, especially on the Clockwork.
I
Like,
completely agree.
it's a good Clockwork game.
Yeah, it's
in
not. It's not a
general.
bad pick for the hero. That was a very.
Structures are fortified.
That
Oh,
blink
blink on
was
the
very
accent.
aggressive.
Axe misjudged.
Axe misjudged. That's classic.
Green dude's tower got owned, son.
Right, Monkey King's got an Echo Saber coming out now.
Which is going to be big for him. Like one thing that is kind of the saving grace of Radiant at this point is Monkey King has been able to farm relatively uninterrupted. You know, he's not been killed, as far as I'm aware. Hang on, let me check. Yeah,
Looks
no,
like
he's
they're
not been
gonna
killed.
jump the tide now.
Oh, hang on, let me take a look.
He's in range.
Yes, I see that. The
Ooh.
blink call. Axe misjudged.
Axe misjudged.
Axe misjudged.
I like this.
Goodness
The
me.
Monkey King's lining up the BKB next. He's going to need that. He needs to fight as soon as possible.
Axe had a lapse in his cognitive train of function, and also bought his thesaurus.
Dire structures.
Now that'll be a voice line.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom
Oh no,
tower
it's
is under attack.
the Axe announcer. The Axe announcer.
I'm
When-
aware of it, but I haven't used it.
Okay. When one of the towers falls, what he says is sometimes he says the enemy's top tower has
Well,
succumbed.
watch out for this Monkey King.
Ooh, hang on, let's see this. He's in
you
the
jumped
trees.
away, it's good.
It's all good.
Sorry, carry on.
So he'll say the enemy's top tower has succumbed to superior force or something like that, and then it'll like be silent for a second or two.
Wait, what?
Wait,
what the
what?
hell? He died to ancients?
Yo, green dudes.
Things aren't going well for the Radiant.
In your base, radiant structures are
I-
fortified.
I'm at the point where you can either laugh or cry.
Yeah, you gotta laugh, otherwise you'll cry. But yeah, and then he said it's quiet for like a second after he says that, and then he just says, "Axe bought his thesaurus," and it's just great. It's just a really funny line. I like little things that just like give the hero's character like that. Okay, but we're not going to talk about it, Sand King. It's okay, don't worry, dude. It's fine.
No,
Bounties
he
are
was
up.
just escaping. He
Yeah,
was
he was-
using Burst Strike to escape.
Yeah, it's precognition. He had that ultra instinct.
He's close to his Blink.
I also don't like here
Blink no
how
boots.
Radiant has a sentry.
Oh my god,
mode,
we missed a kill.
Oh, we did. Terrible casters. Oh my god, and that's Monkey King killing Axe as well. That's huge. That's actually very
Only
big.
worth 280 gold, is that it? Oh, my god, these
The
nerfs.
nerfs, yeah, changed the
nerfs.
the kill bounty gold was changed by 50%.
I get that he didn't have a long kill streak, but I feel like they're so far behind in gold. It was worth something.
This Shadow
more than
Fiend
that.
is looking so much for an ult on Monkey King. Oh, and here it comes! Oh, big
Came
ultimate!
closer.
Dropped it! Oh, and
Nice
the
steal with the
Storm-
Boundless.
The Boundless strike there. This Rubik is. This Rubik
Finally
is,
found something to do.
He's found something to do, and he should have.
That's not meant as a flame, there was just nothing
no.
for him to do.
Well, he should have been doing things a lot earlier. This the play there is very good. This is a dead bottom tower.
Dire's middle tower is under
Kotl
attack.
went down on mid. They did like a nice 3-man gank there. It looks like.
It was the hook
Sand
shot.
King got it. Ah, yes, no, that's good. As we were saying, Clockwork hits 6, and all of a sudden, he's a lot more useful, and he can go for these nice squishy bags of gold that the Dire likes to call supports.
He has mana for Ravage, but only
Yeah,
that. Oh, he's got the stick.
Tidal just kind of walking in. Vladimir's, I don't like this item anymore. I think it's actually one of the worst items in this
Oh,
patch.
it's super strong on Tide, though. It always is. Because his Anchor Smash, it procs lifesteal for you. And also he gets a bonus 180 damage attack from the Anchor Smash. So it's like a mini Satanic every time you pop it.
I understand.
Oh, baited out by the
Oh,
illusion.
no.
This might be an opportunity
Oh
to get
no,
something
the
done.
double stun, the Ravage! So many team fight ults coming out! Stolen
The stun!
Ravage from the Rubik! Who is this guy? Big Shadow Fiend ult, big Q, triple kill to the Rubik! Grimstroke is not going to be able to get out of there either. That is almost a 5-man wipe on the Radiant side.
Oh, it will be.
Oh, he might be able to get Axe, but oh no, he's taunted by glory, and he goes down as well. What an amazingly orchestrated fight from the Dire. That was fantastic. Everything that you wanted to happen there happened.
Despite starting off by being baited by an illusion.
Exactly. It was like the weirdest thing. I saw the bait from the illusion, I saw the double stun from the Sand King, and I thought, perfect, this is exactly what Radiant need. And then Dire clapped back in force.
Tower gonna fall over soon.
It's a real shame. The Sand King jumped in after, like, a nice good counter initiation to the illusion being gone on. The Monkey King, unfortunately, felt the situation was a get out situation and then had to come back into and never actually got his Wukong's command off. It might have been able to get a kill or two.
If they did,
But
yeah.
still,
if they
they're
did,
so far behind.
if
It's so
Monkey
hard to
King-
make these calls.
Oh yeah, well, I'm not being funny. Shadow Fiend has almost twice the net worth of of Monkey King. It's insane. The dude has so much gold, even in this game, which has been changed to the point where you don't get as much gold anymore. You know, like, look at his build. He's building this very sensibly. He's got the Dragon Lance to keep himself safe. He's got Sanjin Yasha. The status resistance is going to help a lot against their team. They have a lot of CC. And also the regen and lifesteal lamp synergizes, you know, pretty decently with when he eventually will build into Satanic, if the game even goes that long. You know, like, it's all gravy.
This is a good call by Dire. Just you take Roshan while 30 seconds left on Ravage.
Yeah, I completely agree. Because
Clock has to go for the steal. There's no chance of winning this game if you've got Aegis.
Yeah, if they get Aegis, they just run it down. I think.
Axe and Cot are doing the right thing here, trying to block it.
Yeah, I agreed entirely. Because they probably know that Clock is looking. You know, they're even putting stuff in chat. Yeah, they know they're there. The rocket flare.
He's even
he's
scanning
putting
with
the
the
wolf
wolves.
out. Yeah, perfect play. And he can't even go for it. Oh no!
Nice.
Oh, you do hate to see it. Outplayed.
Oh, even the ult.
Oh, and
I don't think that was needed, but it's about sending a message.
Okay. So what happened there was he was still blinded from the blinding, from the blinding light. He couldn't hit his own cog because he was blinded, so he ended up trapping himself in. Oh, that was awful. Also, Dwarpington does bring up a good point. There's a thing in Axe's announcer that says, "As Radiant's middle tower falls, Axe's middle finger rises," which is a fantastic line as well.
Valve are excellent writers.
Oh, fantastic! They gave us the Gabe Newell announcer pack. Like, let's be honest.
I like to
will
think
say
so.
one thing.
Action Slacks gave us that.
Oh, definitely. Oh, speaking of Slacks, have you seen this new video on Wind Ranger?
I was about to watch it today.
I'll be honest, it's a very good video. I don't like... I've never felt like he was justified in his hatred of Wind Ranger, but watching that video and actually hearing him explain it, he no longer sounds like the demented ravings of a man scorned. He actually sounds like he has an idea. No, trust me.
They were just chasing this monkey. They should have just pushed it.
Yeah,
but...
this is getting a little...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, okay, from the Monkey King... Oh, he went in for it. From the Monkey King, right? He is creating so much space. 4 heroes chasing after him.
The problem is you're making space for whom?
Oh, yeah, he's more just wasting time on the Aegis at this point. But it's... Hey, I mean, if they're not farming, right, that's effectively a form of crowd control. That's disabling. Right?
Tanking is just trying to delay the game by constantly creep skipping. It's
He's
understandable.
creep skipping, he's courier sniping. The dude's got a courier kill count of like 4 at this point, I think. And 3 of them have been Cottles. You know, Cottle's been trying to call in these Sentry Wars that are coming in now for the past 5 minutes. So, Sanking winning the Vision War for Radiant.
Oh, got 4 staff from the keeper now.
See, I will say
It's
one
got
thing.
Veil and Sanking. Alright, they're popping the Lycanroc real early
Yeah,
here.
this is big.
Oh,
I think
they think they found the monkey, but
Yeah.
not caught him.
they see him.
They should
jumping
just
to the
push.
Yeah, they see him jumping to the trees, but I don't think they can actually catch him. Yeah, I think using the Lycanroc.
He's a bait, just push.
Yeah,
Radiant's top tower fortified.
I think that. Oh, if they can kill the Tide this early, that'll be huge. The Torn. Stun,
cool.
The Ink Swell's on him, so he is going to stun around
Get it
him.
off.
Following up into the Ravage. Big stun on everyone. Epicenter coming out. Aegis is popped. Grimstroke on the Axe and the Rubik. Axe goes down. Shadow Fiend's up, but he's stunned. Clock saved the hook. The Burrow Strike into the Boundless
sick.
Strike. So many strikes. All on the Shadow Fiend. He's out of here. Huge
That's the
from
risk
Radiant.
you run on trying to go on the Tidehunter.
Very,
You never
very
know when
big.
his Kraken shower is going to pop.
Oh, you know, and the foresight to put the Inkswell on the Tidehunter so that he would have that set up to get a safe Ravage on all 5 was just phenomenal from the Grimstroke. Very good play there, and obviously very good stuff to the Radiant for following up on that engage, because it was the engage of a lifetime. That Tidehunter's going to be feeling very good about himself. And already, Tidehunter and Monkey King have eclipsed Axe in net worth. And Monkey King's coming up very hot on the tail of Lycan as well. So, you know, that gold difference, it was looking like a bit of a stomp. And I'll be honest with you, it still is looking like a stomp. but I don't think it's 100% over.
Yeah, they've proved it themselves, and it technically is easier now because they made up some gold.
If I've got the
It's a-
100% worst prediction and I've said First Blood goes to Radiant and then Dire wins, First Blood went to Dire. If Radiant wins this, I'm out of a job.
I tell you what, this Sand King did heaps of work. Along with getting his Veil, he also has the Nevershul, so he does
Yeah.
actually quite a bit of spell damage.
Oh no, he's got a...
Also, shout out to this Rubik. He stole Ravage again in that fight, just to make it look more spectacular. It didn't win them the fight, but he managed to get it off
well,
again.
I mean, in all fairness, what's the... okay, if you're in a fight and you've just been ravaged, what's the best counterplay? Ravage back? You know, like, he definitely made the right play, even if it didn't win. Oh, just very good stuff from Rubik. Very impressed. As a Rubik player myself, I'm always very impressed when I see a good Rubik in tournament. Be it in a major, a minor, or even in a little, like, semi-competitive casual captain's mode stuff like we do here.
If you want to be really flashy on Rubik and you have a blink, what you do is whenever Tidehunter casts Ravage, you blink on the
Yeah,
Tidehunter.
on the
because
Tidehunter so that you blink
by
over
the
the
time-
Ravage. Yeah.
Yeah, steal the Ravage and then just get him
just
back
ravage
on
it
himself.
No, it's a very advanced Rubik play. In the Rubik mains Discord, you get a special role if you master it. It's pretty high level stuff.
So it's worth noting the Monkey King's now got his BKB. So
Yeah.
nice little power spike
And
for
he
him.
might be looking for something to do here. Can he see this Rubik? I don't think
I
he
would've-
can.
So the Shadow Fiend's going for Butterfly. I would have really liked to just see him go for a BKB.
Dire of Scam. They know that Monkey King's in the trees. Shadow Fiend's around. And now, see, I'd be wondering if you want to bait with the courier there. Oh!
Oh,
Does he have any way to...
Cheeky.
Oh, the big
Good
cop
shout.
ult. Fantastic. Very good. That's going to look bad on Monkey King.
well remembered that breaks trees.
Yes, very good. Well, I didn't actually know that. I saw it break the trees and I was like, wow, yeah, it does do that. Good stuff. First capturing of the outposts as well.
Oh, there's a net on this clock. This Lycan's been
There
doing
is.
some microing.
There is a net on this clock. You're entirely correct. And that is a very good item for him to have.
No. That's true, but that's not actually what I meant to mean.
Oh, what do you mean?
The Lycan was using the ensnare from a Dark Troll summoner to try and catch out the
right.
clock.
Gotcha,
So yes,
gotcha.
in 2 ways he had a net on him.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about his neutral item, and I was like, oh, that's a good pickup, actually. Yeah, you can keep him locked down for such a long period of time, but no.
Invisibility.
Yes, but not. Yeah, okay.
No, I'll be honest, Radiant have made this a great showing. Honestly, if you can lock down the Shadow Fiend, which, you know, Shadow Fiend is...
That's why I really wanted him to go BKB. Like,
Yeah.
if you go BKB, what does the enemy have? They have a semi-farmed monkey, and that's it.
Yeah, literally.
Go now.
One thing I will say that I don't like about the Rubik, if you look in his shop, his next item that he's going to buy is Aghanims. I think
It's because he's a baller.
Yeah, I
alright?
think it's so much better if he gets a Blink, though. Like, I understand you want to get Aghanims for the, you know, you make a lot of spells so much better. You make Burrow Strike better, you make Gush better, you make Wukong's Command better, you can absolutely abuse the hell out of Clockwork Ult. But it's just one of those things where I feel like Blink is just so much better. You don't need to abuse them. You've got Shadow Fiend doing all the abusing in the world for you. You know? Oh, thank you so much, Trell, for clipping that amazing team fight. That is definitely getting added to the highlight reel.
Nice. Oh,
We've had some
repair kit.
fantastic team
Oh,
fights.
repair kit on the Dire.
Repair kit on Dire, yeah. Radiant wanted that. If Radiant have got 2 more neutral items. If they can get a repair kit, they might actually just be able to hold this out to the late. Because the thing is, that team fight that happened on bottom was really, really cool and amazing for the Radiant, but they did lose over 75% health on their tower. So the push wasn't worthless. You know, something
Shadow
did
Fiend.
happen.
So Shadow Fiend's going for a Satanic now.
Yeah, which is smart. I do think he should buy BKB Sidekick, but it's still
I think his plan is to just stay at resistance instead to counter it.
I think that Paladin sword would go really well on the Lycan that they just picked up. I can also understand it on the
He's getting satanic as well, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can see it on the Shadow Fiend because of the lifesteal amp on Sanjin Yasha. So the 17% plus 30% quick maths. That's 21.8% lifesteal. If it works that way.
It's a bit weird because it also amps its own life steal, so it's really hard to calculate.
Oh really? So it's like diminishing? Oh, screw that. Then.
So yeah, you know it says plus 17% life steal. It's actually slightly more than that because
it's
17% amps its
17%
own-
plus 17% of 17%.
Of that
yeah,
17%,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. So it's actually getting amped by 47%, so that technically makes it a little less under 50%, so we can just say that it's 30% lifesteal. Yay!
It would be nice if they added it to one of the stats, like
Yeah,
you know,
lifesteal
spell
amp,
amp is shown
yeah.
and stuff.
Because you can see, obviously, yeah. Actually, why is spell amp shown now? Like, because there's only one item in
Good,
the
you
game
can,
that...
you still can get it in talents
Oh, talents, of course, yeah. I was going to say the only item that
and
gives
Kaya
Yeah, the only item
and
that
Bloodstone,
gives...
etc.
Bloodstone gives spell amp?
Yeah,
Bloodstone gives spell amp? I must have missed it.
Dire's middle
Oh my god, it
tower
does!
is
Base spell amp.
8% spell amp, and then you get more spell amp per charge. You get
Okay, one thing I'll say...
0.35%.
Okay, one thing I'll say here, Daybreaker, right? And this might be me being a Pepega 3K, right? This might be me being a Pepega 3K, okay? Now,
Dude's top tower gonna
Kaya says 8% spell amplification, right?
Yeah,
Bloodstone says 8% base spell amplification.
Dire's
yeah, it's because the
tower
charges on Bloodstone give extra spell amps on top of the 8%.
Oh, so it's not like... Because I was thinking like base damage, you know, because you've got base damage and then bonus damage.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Like for the terms of like Centaur, for example, you know, Centaur does base damage, and he has that one talent which increases his base damage, so that his talent works off it.
Yeah, so for example, if you had 10 Bloodstone charges, you'll get 3.5% spell amp from the 10 charges, plus
on
another
top
8.
of the 8, okay. You might see a lot more heroes picking up Bloodstone then to try and get that spell amp. People like maybe, maybe.
It's been like that for like a year now.
Yeah. Yeah, I just mean with the interchange we were talking about earlier. Because obviously less things give spell amp.
Oh, he's actually ulting on the Sankanin. They still want to go on this. They're going to blow up the Cottle straight away.
Wukong's
Gone down.
coming straight out, and the Ravage. I think you disengage.
Really
I
nice.
don't think Dire want to be here at all. Yeah, it's a good telekinesis. Shadow Fiend ults to counter initiate, but I don't think it's good. Lycan's running up the stairs. I think he needs to run back down the stairs. I think they
This
need
is
to...
so awkward. They're just looking at each other, but the Colt's coming back in. He's managed to buy back.
Well, he bought back
Lycan-
because I think he was preparing for the worst. It's a good Grimstroke ult. You've got a double silence. They're leashed, but they are splitting the load. They're playing the three-legged race.
Right, the real problem is now Radiant has blown their load, and all they got is hook shot left.
Yeah.
Lycan doesn't have ult for a bit, but the Shadow Fiend can still push uphill for them, but he's the one with the Aegis
look at-
anyway.
Okay, big stun. The lamp comes out though, and I
Big
don't
ult.
think that's a pretty good stun from Clock. Rubik goes down. Aegis down on the Shadow Fiends. Axe might also fall. No, he's out of there. But Shadow Fiend can't really say the same for now. He's running, but there's so much damage and so much chase. Axe coming in with the call, saving Seb. Oh my god, Shadow Fiend turning around and getting a kill, but the Sand King activates his blade mail. He can't attack him. He looks to try and get the Tide Hunter, but he can't get it. He fights the Monkey King, but the Boundless Strike will come out and will put him back in the grave. Shadow Fiend Sand King with the Burrow Strike is gonna secure Axe as well.
Cole
Sorry, I
is
like it
trying to
as well.
TP out. He managed to get it.
Oh
That
my
was
God.
another massive fight.
These fights are just incredible. For a game that has had almost 10k gold difference the entire game, you would
Can
not
this Shadow
think...
Fiend please get a BKB?
Yeah,
It's
literally,
triggering
just
me now.
buy BKB. just do it.
Stand in my way.
Just do it. Look at it. He's still looking at the Satanic. Can I message him?
Conflict of interest a
A
bit.
little bit of a conflict of
Right.
interest there.
So Grimstroke and Clockwork brought back, so did the Cole, so
Maybe
you keep
he's
that in mind.
okay. So I take it you don't watch too
Well,
much.
Sand King's got Radiance now, sorry.
Oh wow,
What a
he
baller.
does. What an amazing. Oh yes.
This
Look
is
at
a buyback.
There's so much damage. That Cotton's dead.
Dire
Oh, that was close. Good force staff. Very good force stuff.
Zeus ulti.
He had to glimmer and force to get out of that, and that was 2 spells. It was Boundless Strike
Dire's
and
bottom tower's under attack.
Sanking W, Sunstorm. Du-du-du-du.
Dire's
But yeah, so when it comes to the Shadow Fiend, I take it you don't watch too much Admiral Bulldog.
No, he's not my sort of
That's
guy.
completely
I'm
understandable.
not gonna lie.
He's not really my sort of guy either. I do think his gameplay is pretty interesting though.
I'd
For the-
sooner watch Cinderin.
Completely understand that. Completely understand it. I'm more of a Purge type person myself, but that's personal. But the thing is with Bulldog is when he's playing with people in lower MMR, he specifically has a rule that he will never build a BKB because it makes the game too easy. Because if you're a TI winner playing with people who on a Smurf playing with like people who are 3K, if you buy a BKB, you'll just win. So I'm thinking, you said this Shadow Fiend was an incredibly skilled player, right?
He was Immortal. I think he was the Immortal 3000 sort of player, but
Yeah.
the Sanking was the rank 500.
Yeah, Sanking is rank 500, but Shadow Fiend is still an Immortal, so that's still good. 3,500 sounds like a big difference, but to consider those are the best players on the server, that actually does mean quite.
I
it's actually
think
not that much of a
he's
difference.
thinking of I need to solo carry this, so I can't really afford to go to the BKB. But
But
I
I
think it'll
think-
just help him too much.
Yeah, I think the BKB.
His score doesn't have
would give him
buyback. It's getting caught out.
Yeah, Cockle's just going straight down. Very good engage.
Is
from
there going to
the,
be consequences though? The Monkey King and the Tidehunter can't make up for this fight.
Yeah, it's very big. Sanking's
Big
been
call.
locked down. That's going to be very good. Sanking. The stone coming out was very good, but not going
He
to do
doesn't have
much.
buyback.
Drops a lot of people to half. His buyback is down. They did manage to get Keeper of the Light. Picks up the bounty room mid-kill for the swagger points. That's 2 for 1.
Neither of them.
Yeah, and
have
both of their buybacks are down. So you've got the Kotl, who's the position 5, for your position for 2 of your very strong heroes. Admittedly, Clockwork doesn't carry too much gold, but Sand King actually has the most gold on Radiant side.
Right here, though, you can see the significance of pushing waves. They may have won that fight, and obviously it's still significant and absolutely great for them, but the lanes are not pushed, so they can't actually get much off this.
Yeah, the only thing they can do is try and push up to mid, but they've got Axe right there, and Axe is incredibly good at counter pushing, so what are they really going to do? I think what you do is you try and secure bounties, try and secure objectives and camps, and that's just it, really. Get farm, try and push as much advantage as you can, reduce the gold difference. I do think Dire have this, and I do think it is Dire favoured, but Radiant are not out of this.
Alright, don't look,
I'm not looking.
but right, Shadow Fiend picked up Satanic, right?
Okay,
What do you
okay.
think he's queued up next?
Queued up next. I'm not looking. Now, stream can see that I'm not looking. Okay, so can I ask what IMC currently has? He has a Sanjin Yasha. He has a Satanic.
Dragonlance,
He has a
Butterfly,
Dragonlance.
Satanic, Treads, Wraithband,
Butterfly. Okay.
Paladin Sword,
So
Neutral.
my mind, if I'm playing Shadow Fiend, I would go for BKB in this situation. That's just me. I don't think this dude is doing that because if it was a BKB, you wouldn't be asking me
He's
this
too much
question.
of a baller.
He's too much of a baller. And
Or is it a trick question? Though,
It
you
might
know?
be a trick question, but I don't think it's going to be that. Okay, I think he might be saving up for a sheepstick.
Wrong.
And, okay, what about Yules?
That- No, you was this late now.
Yeah, it's too
nothing.
late, right? That's what I was thinking.
You need
That's a
that-
daedalus.
He's
That's a
daedalus.
daedalus. He is playing 2K. He is playing 2K Shadow Fiend. He's playing Pub Stomp Shadow Fiend. Daedalus. I was thinking to myself, this dude is good at the game. He wouldn't just go Daedalus because that's like such a. It's such a Divine Rapier Kunkka strat.
Sand King's
you know?
just getting caught out.
Yeah, that's a dead.
Just dead?
It's a dead escape. They did have to use Cockle for it, and that is a pretty big cooldown.
He has buyback this time.
Yes, that's true.
Um,
He's got buyback. They've got a big team fight all down for 116 more seconds. And also Lycan used his ult, but obviously the cooldown on that's not so bad these days.
Tower gonna fall over soon.
I'm lagging out in the game.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. I'll pick up for you.
Dire's top tower
You-
is
you do
under
your
attack.
thing.
Guys, you need to defend here.
Just 3 souls for the Shadow Fiend. Those cogs. Oh, and they've got the pack leaders aura. 30% bonus damage from that on the Lycan is a very useful aura to keep around. Very
Dire's
useful.
top tower is
I'm back, baby.
Welcome back, Daybreaker. Hopefully everything's all sorted. TP
Yeah.
coming in from Rubik. Oh my god, the blink on the axe! These calls have been amazing!
He's popped his BKB though.
He's popped a BKB, he's TPing out, but god damn! That was so good!
Oh, I like this. The Cole is using his courage to just wait for the next Roche.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's pretty good. Also, that is the Golden Baby Roachling. That is a very swaggy courier right there. Gotta give respect where it's due.
Well, this the Shadow Fiend is he's got his Chrysalis now,
That he does.
but he's not saving buyback.
Well,
They're
this man
feeling really
has-
confident in this game that they
This-
don't need to save buyback.
This man is doing, on average, 410 damage a shot. Plus the 30% chance to go above and beyond and deal somewhere in the range of 540. It's a lot, you know, he didn't go for BKB, but he's still got a lot of damage coupled with the Satanic, coupled with the evasion from Butterfly. Like, this is a big threat even without the BKB, and he's almost got the extra minus armor on his Presence of the Dark Lord, because I feel like you take that over the cooldown reduction. But
I'm having to reconnect again.
oh, okay, don't worry about it. I'll fill you in. What? Am I
Just
a
tell
good
them not
caster
to
if I
fight.
can't tell you? Yeah. Guys, don't fight. I've got to do it all myself, and I don't think I have the capability to do so. It's my first game back. You know, a month of not casting. I've already called Shadow Fiend Sanking once. Abyssal SF. Actually, that's a good idea. I'll be honest. I think Abyssal would also be a really good pickup on Sanking. There I bloody go again. On Shadow Fiend. Yep, that's 2 bounties, 3 bounties for Dire. They're looking to get a 4th as well. Radiant can't really contest at the moment, but they're not looking to. You know, like if Radiant were to try and contest this, they'd just give a kill away as well. So I think it's smart to not. The Abyssal active on SF would be interesting. Abyssal into ult, I can definitely see it. Big Epicenter coming in. That's gonna get the couple away, but he did manage to drop the lamp before he died. Big cogs right there from the Clockwork, getting a Ravage on 2, Ravage on 3. Grimstrickle coming down, but not enough damage to actually get anything from it. Dire side aren't actually only lose the Cottle there. And they use a lot of fights there. The only person on Radiant who didn't ult was Monkey King.
I am back, and I just see a lot.
Oh, well, there goes Daybreaker again. I'm sure he'll be reconnecting at no time at some point soon. Yeah, as I'm saying, the only person who didn't really ult there on Radiant was Monkey King. Everyone else has their big team fight ults down. You know, Ravage is down for another 2 minutes. Sanking's ult is down for another 40 seconds, not too bad. And Shadow Fiend, of course, still has his Requiem of Souls. 100 second cooldown on that. So, Dire are looking much more in fighting shape. They did lose their big team fight ult of the Lamp, the Will-O-Wisp. The Ignis Fatuus, whatever that is Latin for. Currently going for Roche. I am going to attempt to take a sip of my water, and hopefully, just like that, I won't miss anything of interest, because my camera work is godlike, and I've actually been working on it because I've seen all you evil Twitch chat people making fun of me by spamming Twitch chores in chat. So, don't think that your bullying has not gone anywhere. I have been actually practicing my camera work. And if you like it, be sure to give me a seems good in chat. And if you don't like it, please don't say anything. I have very sensitive feelings. Double damage and double damage on the Lycan. That's oh no, that's Shadow Fiend. That's Shadow Fiend. Lycan got his wolf bite. He has the Axe Blessing from Roshan.
Oh,
That's-
nice.
Oh my god, wolf bite.
Right, I've restarted Steam. I've restarted it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it stays connected for more than 5 seconds.
Oh my god, wolf bite on the Shadow Fiend. That's so good. That's really strong.
I've not actually seen this in a game properly yet.
Really? I've seen when it first got
Does he-
released, it was very good.
Does Shadow Fiend still keep his? Is he still ranged? Or...
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
so-
Yeah, it's really good.
So
then.
it's like, you know how when Rubik takes shapeshift and like he becomes a mini wolf that kind of shoots green
Yeah.
lasers.
It's gonna be a similar thing, I
It's,
guess.
it's like that. They keep the attack projectile stuff that they usually have, but they're
Oh,
just
this
in wolf
Rubik's
form.
holding on to Ravage right now.
Yeah. Ooh, magic lamp. That's actually a very good item.
Monkey doing the great escape. Oh, that was so
Ooh,
close.
Such a good call. This axe has been on point with those calls, just out of range there. Very, very good stuff.
Right. They have Ravage. They have all their ults. Shadow Fiend's got his Daedalus now. He's got the leveler to pull in whenever he needs. Oh, Axe has been bitten this time. Probably try and get him a good initiation for
Yeah,
him.
probably. Given that lifesteal, given
It's
that
a very
movement
early
speed,
call. Well,
it's very good. It's a cotton wall. It's done something. The thing is they're just hitting it, and it's also within range of the tower as well. That's a free 150 gold.
fortunately, the Axe messed up his initiation and ran into a bit of a sandstorm.
Yeah.
Cancelled his blink.
Yeah, cancelled his blink, and also he got Grimstroke ulted.
Ooh,
This is a
big
big
initiation.
counter initiation. Ravage coming out. Kotl goes down. Rubik goes down. Dire are a three-man team right now, but there's so much silence and so much stun. The Satanic coming out, but it's not going to be enough with all the hard CC. I think Shadow Fiend's going down. The Wukong's command is out too. Axe is going down. Lycan has to run, but Shadow Fiend is going to spawn right in the middle of the cogs. Hello, Radiant team. Here's a big fear. I'm going to take down your Tide Hunter, but then I'm going to fall to the Monkey King. Shadow Fiend showing that he is not someone to be trifled with, but folly of man, he is mortal.
This team fight is absurd. They're pulling out. They're 18k down post fight, and yet they've managed to almost such
The
sick.
amount of team fight synergy that they have, not just in terms of hero comp, but also in terms of just game sense as players, is really showing. It's a very good showing from everyone in this game right now. Do you remember, Daybreaker? Not 50 minutes ago, when I said today we're just trying to see some good ass Dota. This is
some
good
fun,
ass
though.
Dota. This is good. This is fun stuff.
Yeah.
Middle tower, everyone, go!
I bet this blind is going to do a huge amount of work on the Sand King as well. With
Oh,
25
definitely.
talent.
Definitely.
With Shadow Fiend doesn't have the MKB, so
Yeah. Well, this is the one thing, right? This is the one thing that I was thinking of, right?
double lift.
That's the wrong game, sir.
Even I got that reference.
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna say a very obvious joke, but I figured I'd take it. The one thing I will say, and was on my mind the entire time when I was casting that team fight just now, right? Just imagine for a moment if Shadow Fiend had a BKB.
BKB.
Literally, he was silenced, he was stunned, he was rooted, he was getting mini stunned by the clock, and I was thinking to myself, none of this passes.
Yeah, if he BKB'd ulted, then he
Yeah.
kind of saves his teammates a bit
Literally,
as
Not
well.
only does, he saves his teammates, he easily picks up the Tide Hunter, because he did that anyway. He can turn to the clock, because clock doesn't have that much armor. You know, clock hasn't built any armor. He has.
He has Craggy Coat,
Oh, he has Craggy Coat. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Never mind.
but still, yeah.
But
this
he's
is some
still-
serious damage
There's
from
still
the
so
Shadow
much.
Fiend anyway.
Yeah, he could still very easily take him down.
Bounty.
He could easily kill the Monkey King in a 1v1, I think, because they would just trade Satanics, and overall he would do more. I just think BKB is just such an obvious answer here, and he doesn't seem to be going for it. Actually, I say that he's got an Ogre Axe in his inventory, so
The Dream?
the dream could we finally be getting the 6th item BKB on the SF. Also,
There we are. He's got it now.
yeah,
He
finally.
needs to get buyback though. as
BKB, BKB, sad kick. Goodness gracious me. What I will say though, I like the leveler. I like how he's got the illusionist cape, because it's just a good item, like especially on a hyper carry. I like how he's got the leveler in his inventory, so that once they've won the team fight, he can just run it down mid. Because he's doing so much damage with his autos, and then the bonus 25% building damage on top of that, gravy.
So We've got Spell Prism on the Rubik. That's got to feel good. He's got 1.6 seconds cooldown on his steel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he's just going absolutely crazy. Spell Prism's a fantastic ability. Aghanims is also really good. He's coming into Glimmer. I really think it's a little bit late for a Glimmer, especially considering Kotl already has one. But
I don't think it's ever too late for a Glimmer, to be honest.
that's understandable. I personally am just sad that this man has not bought a Blink.
God, that's too much damage, my friend.
Oh my god, so much damage from the Shadow Fiend there. BKB does not prevent against the hardest CC in the game, and that is being slapped in the
Death.
face until you die. Yeah. Okay, big. Oh, and the illusion as well has the shapeshift. That's
unusual.
That's great.
I guess he used it.
Oh
after.
my god, is this a solo kill? No way. No, yeah, no. Okay, burst strike out. Burst strike right out of there. Don't blame me at all. And he TPs as well. Good boy.
Got like a blue tinge to the wolf as well.
Yeah, it's nice. I think it's because of the item set which Lycan has, but it could just be I could be wrong. Also, one thing that someone in chat did say this Ira Dialak presence aura plus talent with the talent plus howl is minus 20 armor. Big call, big ravage. BKB comes out. Look at this. Shadow Fiend's actually doing things. He fears. He immediately kills the Clockwork. He moves over to the Tidehunter. That's 2 kills. Radiant have been able to do absolutely nothing. 2 buybacks forced. Dire need to push this high ground. They don't have Monkey King. Monkey King does have buyback, however. Big Burrow Strike, but is it going to be enough? Lotus Orb comes out, reflects a few things. Reflects 3 things. More cogs come out, but the thing is, Clock might still be dead. He's just managing to get out. Rubik steals the power cogs.
Oh,
Epicenter comes
been
out,
wasted.
but it's completely whiffed.
He's stolen it.
Oh
as
my
well.
god, and Rubik's got the epicenter.
He doesn't have a blink. It's
Just
gonna be hard
yeah,
for
I
him
was
to get
gonna
out.
say, imagine if he had a blink, right? But oh my goodness.
Over them. What you gonna do? Get mad or get even?
There's something really good at the start of that fight. That the Shadow Fiend uses Illusionist Cape right at the front, kind of like he's doing now, but when everyone was going in, and he actually tanked the hook shot with it.
Yeah, that
And
was,
then he
that
came
was-
in after, like, welcome lads to your death.
Yeah. I see you've met my henchman.
I have a BKB now, fear me.
I'm having to use my full power level. Oh god. Ooh, big
Cold.
cogs! Follow up with the Monkey King lead. He's taunted, he's stunned, there's 2 stuns going back out on the Radiant on the Dire though. Shadow Fiend is gonna hit them, and he's gonna keep hitting them, getting a triple
This is
kill.
gonna be game.
That's it. They're down for 2 minutes. It's just Grimstroke and Clockwork. What do? You can't really defend against this. And that's a GG call. Perfect game played by play there. Just,
Really good try by the Radiant.
Just wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. And you got to think how different that game would go if the Shadow Fiend had bought a BKB earlier. Because that was the turning point of the whole game. The moment he assembled that BKB and they had a fight where he was able to actually get it off, it was just a completely different story.
Oh my.
Goodness me, what a game.
What a silly game.
It was a silly game, but it was a great game. 51 minutes and 10 seconds well spent, I would say. But yes, no, thank you so much to Lizard Caesars for joining the tournament, but unfortunately we must say farewell to you. You played amazingly and had some incredibly good team fights, and you should all be very proud of yourselves. But let's not dwell on the losers all too long. The Glorious Team 2, fitting name, carrying themselves over through to the next round. I'm excited to see what they're going to do more, because their draft was very solid. But it was
Yeah, it was
also
a very
quite-
good draft.
It was a very good draft, but it was also very interesting. As you know, we you said they picked their first 2 picks were Rubik and Kotl. And that was kind of a, it's very rare to see, 2 supports that have such specific roles being picked that early. So I'm interested to see how they're going to draft things in the future. But if we look at the graphs right here, we can see that the net worth was never in Radiant's favor. But look how up and down this graph was.
Yeah, silly game.
Like,
Like,
it's ridiculous. It's like there is no curvature. Well, there's more curvature than there really needs to be, I'll say that. But Radiant, it actually, okay, for a brief period of time at the 45-minute mark, Radiant were in the positive. And then everything went downhill because I think Shadow Fiend kind of realized that and then assembled his BKB. Jesus, let's just take a look at the obscenity. Oh, goodness me. 50k damage from the Shadow Fiend in that game.
Do we need to screenshot this?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, sure. I'll just look at the numbers and stuff. And if we compare that to Monkey King only did 18k damage. Sand King did 44k, to be honest. Fair play. Yeah, and obviously he had the reflection stuff. He reflected the Battle Hunger and also the Fade Bolt in that last fight. So, OP. Stole Rubik's Fade Bolt, Omega Lol.
Do you know if it was Team 1 or Team 2? The Glorious, because I'm not going to trust it.
The Glorious Team 2 are Team 2. I have.
All right, I wasn't going to trust it. It could be trolling us.
I have confirmation from Trell on that. So, for those of you who don't know, by the way, Trell is one of the community managers who helps make all this happen. So, big shout outs to him and also to the rest of the community team as well, who are making all this happen. Just wonderful stuff. Very good organization. Big ups to the men. Big up to the men, women, and anyone who may or may not be non-binary in Orange. Very cool people. And if you do see an Orange person in chat, make sure to, say hey, ask them how their day's going, because they obviously make this all possible. Is there another game after this? There are more games in this tournament, but the tournament is BO1, so unfortunately, Lizard Caesars are out of the tournament. It is BO1 eliminations, but there should be 2 more games on stream after this. We will have the semi-finals and also the finals. Hopefully those games are as fun to cast and as interesting as that last one was. I think that was a fantastic start to the stream. And I think it's going to be really, really cool to see what's going to happen.
It showed the power of just having so much team fight.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, the Sand King did loads of work despite having the lane go absolutely awfully.
Yeah. Oh no! I honestly, if I had to give an MVP to that an MVP like award, my first pick would be Shadow Fiend because he was just such a hard carry for the Dire. Like I feel like he pretty much just shoehorns in. But Sand King would be a fantastic candidate, easily a number 2. He had a terrible lane. He died to first blood. He died for first blood. You and me both saw. Never seen 5 Shadow Razors on someone before, especially that early, right? Like he was just dominated. Like,
yeah, 5. Yeah. I can't believe the 5 razors right at the start.
It was insane, and he got his self cancelled as well. It was just such a. I was thinking to myself, oh my god, this is going to be a stomp. Like in my obviously in my mind while I was casting, and he used a few voice lines. He kept a positive attitude, and he just kept going. And he ended up doing some amazing work and making some huge team fights happen and massive comebacks and stuff. And yeah, it was just really, really good play from Radiant there. So, it's the April tournament and everything, right?
Yeah. I'm aware.
Now, obviously, it's a little bit late for April Fools, right? But I was thinking, if it's still around in a year's time, April Fool's tournament next year, right?
Reverse captains, mate, please.
No, not reverse. Fun fact: before we started making this like a cup and like actually putting prizes behind it, these used to be reverse captains mode games. The first tournament that we did together, Daybreaker, was our first captains mode tournament.
It's a shame because I'd really like to see some reverse captains mode.
We can make it happen. What I will say is the turnout for captains mode is much bigger than it was for reverse captains mode. Captains mode, because reverse captains mode is like a fun haha like whatever game mode. Like it's not something that people take seriously, and a lot of the time people play Dota because they want to play Dota. It's like some people play Dota for ARDM, but the majority of people play Dota for the game mode that they want to play, and people don't really like playing heroes that they don't like playing. And reverse captains mode makes it so that is likely.
True, yeah.
But I would be happy to cast a tournament like it again. It makes it some really interesting team comps. But I was thinking, right? Custom game tournament.
But which game? Would you do like
Oh,
Custom
easy.
Hero Chaos
Easy,
or
it's,
Overthrow?
Oh, it's I would do the anime overthrow.
Anime Overthrow?
Have you not heard?
Not Anime Overthrow. What am I missing out on it?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's Overthrow, like, you know, classic Overthrow, just a really good like team deathmatch style game. But it's called anime, and it has all these anime characters and stuff from all these different games. From all these different like animes and stuff like that, and it's an absolute mess. It's just a constant. It's
What
just
the
so
hell are
messed
these
up.
models?
Oh yeah,
I'm,
right.
I'm clicking through it now and it just looks awful.
It's
I'm not gonna lie, it just looks
okay.
awful.
It's so bad, but it's actually quite fun because it's
324 players playing right now.
it's actually there are quite a few people playing it. It's actually quite fun. If you don't take it seriously and you just do crazy stuff, there are some really interesting hero kits in there. Like, they're completely unbalanced. There are some heroes which just absolutely destroy, but there are some actually really interesting kits.
Oh, our lobby's up.
Yes, I see that.
I'll Plism.
Yeah, if you just, can you put me in and then,
Yeah, we'll do.
yeah.
We got Team 2 versus Team 3.
Nice, thank you. Team 2 versus Team 3. Nice, so we've got more action from the glorious Team 2, and then we've got their opponents, Team 3. Let me just get in here. Dun dun. Dun dun.
I'm gonna watch this clip.
Oh yeah. Let's take a look too.
They should just push.
Yeah, they see him jumping to the trees, but I don't think they can actually catch him. Yeah, I think using the like an
He's a bait, just push.
I think if they can kill the tide this early, that'll be huge. The Torn start the ink swells on him, so he is going to stun around him. Following up into the Ravage, big stun on everyone. Epicenter coming out. Aegis is popped. Grimstroke on the Axe and the Rubik. Axe goes down. Shadow Fiend's up, but he's stunned. Clock saved the hook. The Burrow Strike into the Boundless Strike. So many strikes, all on the Shadow Fiend. He's out of here. Huge from Radiant.
That epicenter was amazing.
Yeah, that Epicenter made that fight, dude.
The
It was
thing is, he
incredible.
predicted that it was going to be good in the 3 seconds time because you have to channel that thing forever.
Oh yeah, for real. Like, it's such a long channel time. Also, what's poppin', Omni? How you doing, my friend? I see you in the stream chat. 3-minute delay. You know how it be, but I do see you. How art thou doing?
Right, just waiting for 2 more players.
Yeah. But yeah, how
One
you
more.
doing, Omni? Omni, by the way, is one of my friends. They're
You
from,
said you're allowed friends.
I know, right? It's it's part of the Alliance sponsorship. They disallow us from having friends.
State appointed friend.
Yeah. Daybreaker is my is my +1, and I'm also his. So
Oh, we got all the players.
they're all in. The Radiant have not set their team name though. So until they do that, we can't really go. But I'm sure they'll do that right now. Can't deny. That's pretty good.
League of Legends. What?
League of Legends, Omega Lord. Make sure your captains are on the right slots. Yep.
The last quarterfinal was just finished.
Oh, very nice. So we're actually all relatively on time. Alright, selection starting. Ready to cast a draft, Daybreaker?
Yep, I'm ready.
Let's go. I'm always excited to see the drafts. But before I started learning about how drafts worked and stuff, when I was new to them, I hated them. Because I was like, oh god, what are these guys going to pick? I have no idea. But the more drafts you watch, the more you kind of get a scope for how things work, and it's actually a good learning experience.
To be honest, half the time I find them more interesting than the laning phase to watch.
I'll agree with that, yeah. The laning phase, like, unless you have a very active laning phase, like...
Or something crazy like Sand King versus Shadow Fiend, it's a bit...
Yeah, it's...
I've seen this before.
Yeah, exactly. You know, when it's just something... you know, a lot of mid matchups are pretty common in the meta, especially in the last meta before the patch. But yeah, no, see,
Radiant team
you get some really
ban.
fun drafts in here. So,
Dial team
right, the first 4 bans, Shadow Fiend straight out. Can't deny we're like, nope. Not dealing with that. Not even close.
Radiant
I mean, he played Shadow Fiend well, but I think a lot of it was down to, like, Pankin can't do anything against Shadow Fiend, and any decent player with a start like that is going to do that well on the Shadow Fiend.
Yes.
He played it very well. It just... I still can't get over him getting 5 razors at the start.
Oh yeah,
So
it was
that was
crazy.
extremely
It was
well played. I'll give
absolutely
him that.
crazy. It was this. The thing is,
10
banning a
seconds
comfort pick
remain.
with Shadow Fiend like that a lot of the time is not really like a lot of the time you want to ban
seconds
strategy a lot
remain.
more. But in this instance where the dude is so very comfortable and dominant on the hero, I completely understand it. I also think
Yes.
banning the Rubik is a decent idea from Gloria's team too. Just because I think Rubik is a strong hero. Lockdown finna make me lab Dragon Ball Fighters. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough.
Overwolf may have pointed out as well,
Mm-hmm.
if they're using Overwolf, that they have a Rubik spammer on Can't Deny.
Oh, is that so?
He's had 44 games in the last 3 months on it.
43 games in the last 3 months.
Dial team
44, but yeah.
Actually, 44. Well, maybe he's just trying to get his Arcana progress. Because I'll be honest,
One day I'll get around to that.
I'll be honest. Before I was a caster here, or maybe a little bit after I was a caster here, before I was Orange Team anyway, when I was just volunteering to cast,
stirs between the stars.
I used to stream a little bit of Dota, and a lot of the time my streams were just me playing Rubik mid, trying to level my Arcana. Because Rubik mid in pubs is actually quite fun to play. Yeah, it's a relatively decent matchup against a lot of mid laners. But anyway,
The sun has set as
Fade
we
Bolt and
doom
LCS,
stirs
basically.
between
yeah,
the
literally, it's
stars.
good. It works against anyone. The one person who I found screwed me over the most is Ogre Magi mid, believe it or not. Ogre Magi mid just destroys Rubik.
What are
mid
your
on my-
pubs?
Trust-
How can I get in on this?
I know, right? I didn't expect it at all. I saw them pick Ogre Magi and I was like, okay, free. Fire Blast is a fantastic spell. I can steal it. I have a ton of mana. It's
10
whatever.
seconds remain.
And then it was Ogre Magi mid. and I
5
was
minutes
like,
later, getting slapped.
yeah, you just get slapped. The damage reduction means nothing to Ogre Magi because just has so much of it. But anyway, OD getting banned is a smart thing. Pangaea getting banned, I can understand.
Dial team ban.
It's good, and Ember Spirit as well. Just very strong. I don't understand banning 3 mids. I think they're specifically trying to ban against their captain. And I don't think that's...
Well, they know for the fact that Captain is a mid player from the last game, and also by nature of this tournament, the Captain is going to be the highest ranked player
Yeah.
by default. Anyway, I think they can change it if they want
10
to.
seconds remain.
So maybe their plan is let's just ban out the highest ranked player.
5 seconds
I mean, I can
remain.
understand that, but I do think you leave a lot of compositions and problem heroes open for other people. Like, just because someone is the highest MMR doesn't mean they're the only good
Sun
player.
has set as we
True.
doom
But yeah, we've got pretty
between the
similar bans as the
stars.
first game on Glorious Team 2.
Captain's
Pugna,
Road.
Beastmaster, Void Spirit.
Dial team pick.
Axe on the first pick is actually... It's a pretty solid first pick. You know, there are obviously counters to Axe, but he's just a good enough hero that I think he can stand alone. So we'll now see what Team 2 are going to pick. Are they going to stay with the Kotl that they did last game? I wonder. Because the Kotl player was very good at Kotl. He was getting very good blinding lights out early game.
10 seconds remain.
Yeah, also getting very good use out of his ult,
5
breaking the
seconds
monkey
remain.
tree.
Yeah, a lot of character knowledge on it. Because most Kotls wouldn't have done
Dial
that.
team Pick.
Hello, Team of the Scientist. Witch Doctor. Look at it go. That's a first pick. Witch Doctor, one of those weird supports that can transition into a carry late game.
Probably worth knowing this team. Last game they decided to go under the name of the Win Streak Victory, so they have changed their name, but it is the same set of people.
It is the same set of people. Okay, nice.
Ooh, Queen of Pain, nice and early.
Picking a mid early is something. Also, hello Zaku, how are you doing? Welcome to the chat.
On a rare occasion, I've seen like Queen of Pain being played as like a 4.
Yeah.
So they might be trying to bait a pick here.
Possibly. Queen of Pain can also be played as a
10 seconds
1.
remain. Team bound.
It's not great, but it can be done.
Mm.
I've done it before. Okay, co-op save works at 2K. Okay, trust me.
Is that how you got out of 2K into 3K?
No. No, I got out of 2K into 3K by playing supports. Because those, it's just 5 carries on both sides in 2K. So the moment you pick a support and you have actual CC, you start winning. Lion pick on the Radiant, pretty good. I like the amount of CC they have on just those 2 heroes.
Yeah, that's a lot of CC for Quap as well to have to deal with.
Yeah, they've got a good way to lock her down, because obviously her blink makes her pretty oppressive and pretty mobile in the mid game. And obviously, as we've said, with the game time on average getting shorter, the mid game is a much more important phase to dominate in, as games obviously can end a lot quicker and you can push a lot faster.
Queen does that very well, and she gets a kill streak, which is a sort of hero that does often, like Queen of Pain and Lena and stuff like that. She doesn't feed it away so badly anymore with the kill streak reductions.
Yeah, exactly.
Dire team.
And she doesn't need to rush into something like a BKB. And Monkey King ban, I think, is questionable. They already have a Queen of Pain. I don't think Monkey Safe is something they would probably go for.
Dire
But I mean,
I
I
think
guess
Monkey
it
Safe is quite mad, to be honest.
works against the Axe, I guess. I guess I'm just used to Monkey Mid. I've no clue what's going on, but I'm bored and need something new to watch. Well, don't worry, we're here to entertain you while you watch a bunch of people who are relatively good at Dota play Dota. So.
And afterwards, if you haven't yet, watch Tiger King. It's hilarious.
Tiger King? Is that? Is
On
that one on Netflix?
10
A friend of
seconds
mine
remain.
says that they really don't like that.
Screw them, just watch it. It's hilarious. If you ever been on R Trashy, it's like that, but to the extreme. It's brilliant.
God. And
It makes you feel so good about your life.
That explains why they don't like it. They hate stuff like that. Like, I didn't ask what they were about. They were just like, I said, why do you hate Tiger King? Because I was talking about watching The Witcher. Because I finished The Witcher, finally, I know, about 3 weeks ago. When I was talking to them then. And talking about Tiger King, and it was just, ugh. And I was like, well, why is it bad? And they were just like, trust me, just don't. But that makes sense, because they hate trashy stuff. Centaur Warrunner.
Something that's been quite popular in the patch before, so it's probably something that whoever's going to be playing is going to be very comfortable in it as well.
Yeah, I agree. And also Centaur's just a very good position 3, position 4.
Yeah, nice and solid pick. You can't really complain too much about that.
No, he's very
10
good, very good
seconds
character.
remain. Dire team. Pick.
Ogre
McGee.
Magi, is this the mid ogre?
Oh God, is it the mid ogre? Don't do this to me.
Yeah, I'd say
it's
probably the 5 ogre.
Probably a 5. Yeah. I mean,
Lion
unless
can
he starts
fall fine.
unless he starts rushing on minors.
Yeah, ogre or lion could be 4
Yeah.
or 5. Again, this is so much lockdown, but getting a bit single targety.
10 seconds remain.
Yeah.
Might have a bit of damage issues at this point, so we
5
need a lot of damage
seconds
coming out
remain.
of their mid and carry.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this I feel like this Queen of Pain's gonna have a horrible time. Maybe if it will put on a 4 position, because at the moment,
Yeah, I think you'd need to rush a Lincolns against this team.
then that, yeah. Or I think BKB.
Yeah.
There's too many spells.
Lincoln's BKB. Quap works, position 5.
I'd sooner have it on a 4, especially since you've got a Witch Doctor already.
You kind of do need items on Queen.
Drow Ranger.
Drow Ranger.
That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's a very early pick for a Drow.
Drow Ranger, though.
Into Sluck.
Drow Ranger, +2 base armor, literally unkillable this match.
Ogre Magi and Drow are just going to hit each other and just
Yeah.
take no health each other.
Exactly. Literally taking no damage. Slug on the... Okay, we were talking
I'm really
about
not
we
liking
were-
the Drow pick.
We were
10
talking about
seconds
you know
remain.
damage and lots of lockdown.
5
Slark is
seconds
a
remain.
fantastic pick with the other three heroes on Radiant. He can just abuse whatever anyone else does so well and just scale ridiculously with it. He can chase Queen of Pain decently. He is going to make Drow Ranger's life a living nightmare. Same with Witch Doctor. Streamers,
It's another
please,
thing
the
that
moment
stops
I'm
the
able
blink.
to be in more than one place at once and do more than one thing at once, I will definitely stream more than one game at once, Clinton Lemons, don't you worry. Sorry, you were saying, Daybreaker?
Yeah, but Slark can have a good lane against Centaur. Later in the game, he's like a stat stick for himself. But also, Leash is another thing that Quap can't blink out of. It's going to be a very painful Quap game.
It's gonna
Although
be
she does have the damage to hit him through his ult. Dro doesn't like being gone on, so Slark's going to be good there. The only downside with Slark, I think, at the moment is it doesn't really keep up with the tempo that Dire are putting out.
Yeah,
but
because
I
Dire
feel
have
like
a
the
lot of
other four
mobility and
heroes-
a lot of push.
Yeah,
5 seconds remain.
yeah, a lot of mid-gaming heroes as well. So I think, although I don't think that's entirely a massive problem, it's just
Yeah.
something you need to take into account when
Yeah.
they pick their mid-hero
thing
on
about-
Can't Deny.
Yeah, the thing about Slark is Slark can be a mid-game hero, but only if he gets a lot of kills in the early game, so he has enough agi to kind of make up for the loss in stats that he would have from not being in lane and trying to like push objectives and do stuff like that. Because obviously Slark is he's a natural assassin farmer type carry, you know.
Be interesting to see what the Radiant ban. Yeah, they're banning out in the mid. They're thinking the Quaps to support.
Oh, I'll be honest, Storm Spirit would be a very good. Well, okay, assuming that we don't have the Queen of Pain, Storm Spirit would be a very good pick. Yeah. I like Storm Spirit against Lion. I like Storm Spirit against Axe. I also like Storm Spirit against Slark.
Trying to think what would be a really good pick here because they haven't got great
10
lockdown on the
seconds
Radiant
remain.
Dire, but it's not too much.
I could see a Phantom
The
Assassin. I could
burst
also
is
see.
5
I could also see
seconds
a.
remain.
I could see an Anti-Mage or a Terrorblade as well. On Radiant.
No, they need a mid.
Oh, I was thinking they would send the Slark mid. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you're totally right. They need a mid. My bad. Yeah, I could.
There's a number of options they could go with. It could, like a Death Prophet. It's kind of good against.
I could see
Centaur.
Sniper in a really weird way.
Dire team. Pick.
Zeus.
Zeus is also
Interesting.
very good. Yeah, basically just not allowing Queen of Pain or Dro just any room at all. Also, I'll be honest with you, Omni, that does sound really nice. The only thing that sucks about Dota live streams and Lo-Fi beats is that I can't be there chilling to them because I've got to be streaming.
I think the Zeus pick covers what their current worst
10 seconds remain.
issue was before going in. Is they didn't have a lot of damage. And
Yeah.
Slark wasn't going to
5
provide that in the
seconds
mid game.
remain.
No. And also
So
the thing
the-
about Zeus is he can with strength no longer giving magic resistance, he's a lot more effective against Centaur Warrunner.
Yeah,
'Cause,
but also he's not going to get the spell amp. I think
Yeah. Well,
because there's only one strength hero at the moment on the Dire side. I think he'd rather have the spell amp.
okay, that's fair. I understand that.
He might have a bit of a problem with Centaur jumping in, but they've got so much lockdown they might be able to just peel away the Zeus anyway.
Yeah, I think mid might be a little bit rough for Zeus against Queen of Pain, if Queen of Pain is the mid. Because honestly, this last pick could just throw it all asunder. But, I think it's going to be a little bit tough for the Zeus, but I think overall in the late game, especially once he gets his Aghanims, it's going to be a pretty radiant
Captain's
favorite thing.
mode.
Invoker.
Captain's mode.
They're
That's...
so squishy other than the Centaur on that Dire team.
That...
Lil IQ
I
was
didn't- I
a support
really-
last round, so
I really
Quap,
did...
yeah, Quap
am, I,
support.
am I the only one who's shocked by the Invoker pick? I think that's...
Tornado's really good against Axe.
It's a-
So any
it's a-
Axe initiation,
Oh,
so
it's... Yeah,
good counter. for that.
Invoker's a very good hero, and also he has a decent lane against Zeus because he's got so much regen. But, oh goodness me, Queen of Pain. What are the lanes here? Is that so? Yeah, so that's Queen of Pain, Centaur, and in hard lane, right?
I think that's all right.
Pubs are playing Pubs, I know, right?
Slark's really good against that though, because he can just purge off the dagger.
Yeah.
So maybe you move the Quap to the other lane.
With the draw.
Hmm.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
That's probably good for Radiant.
I think
Yeah,
I prefer the
100%
Radiance
right.
lineup. There's the potential of this Invoker just kicking off. He's gonna have a
Well,
he's gonna
this
have a
is-
decent lane.
This is Reviente, right? This is the captain. This is the Shadow Fiend. You know, the one which carried the last game. So this could be a God Invoker and just absolutely carries and destroys people. We don't know.
Prepare for battle.
No Dazzle mid this time. TTS, huh? I'm sure that is a funny thing. Oh, TTS. Oh, I think they might know each other.
Or maybe from last time.
Yeah, maybe.
We do often have repeat players, don't we?
Yeah, that's very true. Oh, yeah, no, there was Dazzle mid in the last tournament, right?
All right, so yeah, there was. So they're kind of doing what I'm saying in terms of not putting a crop against the slot by swapping the lanes entirely.
Yeah, which
Because
is smart.
the quap does nothing against the slot.
Yeah, there's just not much you
in
can
lane.
do, especially once he hits 6 and gets that regen. Because then even if he doesn't purge the dagger, he will out regen the amount of damage it does. If he can
30
just get outside of
seconds to
vision.
battle.
Seems like people are just going for the Radiant are leaving their bottom rune uncontested, and it seems
They're
like
just swapping the lanes to cover it. I think they really want to put the Slark against the quap.
it's fair enough, but I just see a lot of them on top. They might be looking to push onto the...
They're going to swap the lanes, but I think they just want to get a fight with 4 people and guarantee 2 runes because they know they can't get any runes bottom because they're having to run.
Battle begins.
Because you don't want to be the first one to TP. Because if you're the first one to TP, they TP, and then you're just back to square one.
All
No, that makes a
heroes
lot of
into
sense,
carnage
yeah.
with unstoppable
Okay, so
resonance.
that's 2 runes each. That's fair enough. Completely understandable. Right, so
So actually, it might be just trialing in the slot.
tri-laning and
That's
then,
understandable.
and then maybe taking the axe solo bottom. And
Like the axe doesn't really die against the.
against Witch Doctor
the-
Drove? No, not even close. It's not a
No.
wonderful.
Oh,
look for
they're
axe.
sending the line down. They're sending the line down.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, ETP down. Good on him. Just a little bit of support harass. A little bit of a fight happening on mid. Invoker leveling Quas first, making sure that he's got the regen that he needs to survive the early game damage of Zeus.
It's hard to call actually because the Slark's got an essence shift level 1, which is understandable. I think it's because they thought they were.
Yeah, well, you don't want to have it, or you don't want to have essence shift. So you don't want to not have essence shift and then accidentally get like a first blood at level 1, because then you've wasted an extra agi, and that can be the difference. And also,
The thing
it
is,
just makes it so good.
you can't purge until level 2 now.
Yeah. Okay.
This is certainly a very interesting build coming up with Zeus here. He's not actually going for a level 1 arc lightning to last hit with.
Yeah, he's just got.
I mean, he has
super
more
side
right click
field.
than the Zeus, so I mean, than the Invoker. So
Yeah,
in
because
theory, he should be able to have right click.
Yeah, because Invoker's going cross wax.
interesting.
Very interesting.
I'd be interested to see how that turns out.
Yeah, he's using a lot of mana, but he started Sage Mask and an Null Talisman. So he has a fair amount of mana regen as well. Like,
Top lane's getting initiated on.
let's take a look here. Oh, that's a very injured Ogre Magi, but the Ogre Boy is very tanky. He's very big, he's thick, and he will be just
Dummy
fine.
thick.
Dummy thick. The bonk of his heads together keeps alerting the Radiant.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you, thank you.
I'll give you that one.
Appreciate it. Yeah, looks to be relatively passive. Oh,
First blood.
never mind. Quap
She
picks up
blinked
the
past.
yeah. Quap picks up the first blood on Slark. Fair enough.
I think he was just running back to get his
Zeus
salvo.
is also on low health as well, taking a fair amount of damage from the Invoker.
Oh, he has cold snap up. This could be cool if you can find him, but he's giving him a good old jukes. Oh, he can be seen now.
Oh. He
Oh,
has.
what's happening bottom?
Witch Doctor's on low, but I don't think he's. Oh, wait, hang on. Is Lion gonna die? Oh!
He
Perfect
wasted his
auto
salve.
attack. And they got the
What?
salve as well. Yeah. Okay.
Space though.
And wasted
And-
the TP.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was Joe doing there?
Just
Zeus did go down
It's,
in the mid in the meantime.
It's something that's known in the pro scene as BM, I believe.
The old taunt is just a wasted TP, is it?
Yeah, it's you can't afford like a regular taunt, so you just waste the TP. You don't spend real money; you spend in-game money.
So Zeus is maxing his W. He's really going to go for trying to get kills and out CS by having more health from the enemy. But I think
Yeah.
Invoker can just regen quite a lot.
Yeah, because he's gonna. I think he's gonna recognize this. You know, he gets an extra 2 HP regen per instance per level. So he's got 9 extra HP regen right now. And you just got to think, is that gonna
He's
be?
gone level 4 into static field as well. He's really not going to level his Arc Lightning at all. He's going to really fall behind and farm if he doesn't start winning this lane with this.
Yeah, I agree. I don't envy Zeus. I hate laning against Invoker. Invoker is very difficult to lane against, but I think that this. I think that not taking at least a value point in Arc Lightning is a little bit of a mistake.
Yeah, it allows you to proc static field more as well.
Oh, no. The Cold Snap coming in. He's going to get... Oh, from the Maledict, he's going to get snapped a lot. That's a really good combo. Is he dead to Malediction? Oh, Tornado's going to pick it up. Very nice. Good early kills.
See,
Good
So that's
early
twice
kills.
now he's died, and he won't be able to recover now.
And here's the thing.
Unless he ganks, I
And here's
guess.
the thing. Zeus is on 9 last hits to 3 denies.
Oh, Vidro, he's got so many spins on this axe. He's actually going to run him down.
And also on top lane, Slark also might be going down as well.
Threatened by fiends.
Oh, the aggressive blink from Queen of Pain. That's a lot of damage coming up. Ooh. Now, I would say that's actually kind of worth it.
He's got TP, so it's not the end of the world, yeah.
Yeah, it's not terrible actually.
I'll take that.
But yeah, this is something. But the thing here is, Invoker is at 29 last hits, and he's up 2 kills. The dude has a lot of gold. You know, he's already got a complete urn. He's got boots coming in on the courier. I'm thinking he'd be able to get a pretty good Midas timing if he wanted to go, you know, hard farm. And I think
Getting this beat.
Even
1
more
second,
kills.
bottom lane, X is just doing things. But is he dead?
Pops the salve.
Yeah, but he gets cancelled by the Witch Doctor auto attack. Is he dead to the Shadow? No, he's not. He's got health regen. He's popped a Tango.
Certainly close that. Ooh.
Much closer than you'd like to be. Yeah, definitely.
Alright, he's got a level on his Q now, Zeus.
Here's the thing, right?
Does less damage than Invoker's right click now, that's the thing.
What do you think about Midas with the gold changes, by the way? You
It's
think
awful.
Still awful?
It's still awful.
Wow.
It,
okay,
got,
fair
it,
enough.
it takes you even longer to get it in the first place.
Oh, of course, that makes sense.
And I guess it gets you equivalently more gold
yeah,
because
it
it's a
takes,
set 190 gold or whatever it is.
160.
But the issue with the item at the moment, it just takes too long to get.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, Centaur and Slark are just, absolutely just trading blows on the top lane.
I mean, I think Midas is only good on Arc Warden and
Queen of Pain
Omega
is the
Magi,
gold
and even then they're sometimes not building it anyway.
Yeah, and even then
Like
it's
a
only because
Necro
they
1
can-
will get you farmed just as quick as well as some utility.
Yeah. Good silence there.
That's
This
getting quite
might
a hit.
this might actually be a dead act. Okay, maybe not dead, but coming close.
Inconvenienced.
Very inconvenient. But that Maledict is just not wonderful, really.
It starts getting a bit too low for this. He's getting so aggressive, and he keeps getting really close to getting these kills. Sometimes the support gets it for him, but
I don't
he's
think
never been
Centaur
on the right side of it.
Yeah, I don't think Centaur should have stayed that long on such little health. Yeah, Quap was pinging to get back, and I think that's something that should have definitely happened a lot sooner. And
Ooh,
then
mid lane.
Invoker, this is pretty easy. Lions come down though, he's hexing, he's stunning. I don't think they can turn this around, but I do think that Zeus will not die here, which is definitely just what you want. And
Oh,
Lion
give him a
gives
salve, what a bro.
Yeah, you don't have to go back, my friend, here you are. And of course, Zeus does have his ult in just a few more mana, so if anyone is low around the map, he can just quickly finish him off. Accelerate his gold, and just make the enemy team feel bad. Nothing feels worse than getting Zeus ulted, am I right?
I know. I hate playing against Tinker.
Yeah, that'd be
It's like Zeus ult, but on repeat.
Yeah.
Raiders
Yeah, Invoker picking up the kill there.
blows from their enemy.
Crop kill first.
He's almost got a spare vessel. It's like 700 gold off a spirit vessel,
Yeah.
which you know is really strong right now.
Yeah,
That's
the-
really gonna hurt Slark and his ult, for
yeah.
example.
I like the change to Spirit Vessel. Some people are calling it a nerf, but I disagree. I think it's a buff.
In some ways, it's nerfed a bit the single target focus you could do with Spirit Vessel and how
Mhm.
hard it counters heroes like Necrophos and Morphling, etc. So
But I
it's
think I think the value you'd get out of it in the late game and in team fights just makes up for that in full.
yeah.
Getting, because as long as you're using the active and hitting more than one other hero, you're getting more health regeneration reduction than you would on the previous iteration.
Again, aggressive again. This ogre is getting very low. Not ogre, Slark.
Slark, he's getting low. He jumps
He's
right
going
back
back in.
I can understand trying to get the leash, but yeah, no, he's just got Centaur roll. He's gonna get right out.
Meanwhile, Zeus goes down on the mid.
The Fire Blast.
Ogre's the new core in this lane now.
Yeah,
Blossoms under the
Getting all the kills.
I was actually picking it up. Yeah, Slug gets the last hits, Ogre gets the kills. That's their symbiotic relationship.
Right, let's see what we've got going here. The Radiant falling a fairly behind here. Axe is a bit of a saving grace at the moment. If you might be able to create a lot of space. Dro,
middle tower is under
in the end, all these heroes they've got on the diet, although they are ahead, other than the Centaur, they are easily to kill. And they just go out of position a little bit. Slark can start collecting all of that agi.
Oh no. So they want to be good stun, but they might have to disengage. Axe is there. He's looking for a call. He can't get it because of the constant
Quappa's
slow
ult ready.
from Juro Ranger and also.
Short assist.
Oh,
Yeah,
big
nice.
ult. Yes, very good.
Manly.
Lions out as well from the TP. Invoker just going absolutely
God, the
crazy.
Zeus is down again.
Yeah, Zeus currently looking at. Let's take a look here. He is 0-6.
Trying to trade.
Oh, Daybreaker, he's 0-6. That's an
That's a
0
report.
that's an 0-6 Zeus, Daybreaker. It's not what
Yeah.
it's not what you want. It's not what
I'm not
anyone
keen on
wants.
this build.
Invisibility.
That build is all in on trying to win the lane.
Yeah, and he's just not. And he's just got so much regen. He can stay
Whereas
in lane
if he-
forever.
If you get a couple levels in Q, you can just trade farm.
under attack.
Yeah, because he's got 4 levels. He's got 7 HP regen per instance. He's got 21 health per second just for helping his Qs out. Now this is an EMP. Refills his mana. Gets a ton of damage on the ogre. Maybe even kills him if he can land a Sunstrike, but that's quite risky.
It's level 1 Sunstrike.
Witch Doctor
Witch Doctor
DC.
DC.
This might be a pause.
Maybe, you know.
We've never seen a pause
Team?
from someone. Team for people.
Joe's getting caught out here.
Yeah, Drew's gonna go down to Radiant. There we go. There's the pause. Rugger. Tinker players put the milk in first. Actually true.
Literally the worst.
Actually true.
Right. So that's getting a nice kill there. He actually got that cutting blade like right on point.
Yeah, it was very good.
This Slark needs some space desperately. Zeus needs all the space. But Zeus in the end, even if you lose mid, you're gonna have some decent impact.
Proceed with your pointless contest of cruelty.
Oh, Invoker coming down bottom, he's still got 1 spirit vessel charge, so he's gonna look to collect to his tally.
Definitely. Stampede coming in. This is very good engage. Radiant responding very well by just getting the hell out of dodge. Staying behind their tower. Slock has a lot of deaths already.
Dire's
You are
bottom tower
entirely
is the
correct. He is
tide of clearly
0-5.
superior forces.
Not wonderful. Centaur coming in from behind here.
Trying to see what they're doing next. They're planning to just keep farming, I think.
Yeah, I think Radiant just need to use the resources which they've... Sorry, Dire just need to use the resources which they've amassed. You know, they've got a fair amount of farm on the Invoker. He's got 1.2k. He can look towards building a lot of core items on that hero, so... Radiant might be looking at
Radiant's
possibly
bottom
doing something to the
tower
two
is threatened
heroes
by
that die at bottom. But yeah, Silence coming out. Dro is a very good get off me champion. A champion?
Oh,
Very
fired.
good. Fired. Very good get off me hero.
I really would like to see this line take the XP from mid rather than this ogre. Ogre's level 9 already, whereas the line's
Yeah.
4.
And the
And
moment,
he's a
the
6.
moment Lion gets finger, kills just become so much easier to secure. You know, Dro's dead right away. Right now.
Yeah.
You know?
They have so much burst damage.
Oh yeah.
Radiant's courier has
Nice little pick off by the Invoker there. It's got the curry. He's actually collapsing in on the Zeus and Lion. Lion's just getting out of it, but
Ooh.
excellent prediction. with that
Interrupted
tornado.
the TP. That was blind. He's got no mana. He's just a dead lion.
Nice map hack, lol.
That was pretty good.
Oh, they killed
yeah.
the Centaur top.
under siege.
Take that
Oh.
trade any day of the week as Radiant.
Yeah, pretty good.
Oh, they've
I mean,
scanned
yeah,
out the
that's like
Zeus.
a level 4 lion, right? They need to get the Zeus here to make it even.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
It's not gonna work like that, my friend. Good alacrity.
He's
Oh,
trying to
he
ult.
can't ult. He's way too stunned for that.
Radiant's
Way too stunned. I like the spirit. I like the spirit.
Radiant structures
Yeah, I think they just get the bottom tower off this.
Enemies
You know,
gather
go 4
at
heroes
Radiant's
bottom.
bottom tower.
I think Axe is aiming to get a blink next.
Oh,
Saving up that gold. He's got about 500
Radiant has
gold.
failed to protect their bottom tower.
With that line finger, they should be able to get kills, but he's still level 4. He needs to be greedy. Like sometimes position 5, you get into this mindset, but you need to be greedy and get your levels sometimes.
yeah, XP is just the thing about
Centaur's
position
been getting on the
is-
top again.
yeah,
Mr. Tornado's coming in there with the Spirit Vessel Charger collection is here.
Yeah, Ogre's got no mana, he's got the Spirit Vessel. Oh, the Witch Doctor ult. He didn't need to do that, but he did it anyway. It's not about efficiency sometimes. Sometimes it's about when you're 10 kills up and 7k gold lead, sometimes you just need to send a message.
Well, 7 might actually consider going on this axe. He is slowed up, but Dro's coming up, but they don't have any connects or hit.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was wondering if
Smart TP.
I was wondering if Gust would cancel it, but I'm not sure if they actually do.
No. You will not.
Yeah, Gust does not break Tower Portal Channel.
Radiant's top tower is threatened by fiends.
Oh, Zeus getting caught out again. He's now 6 levels behind the Invoker.
Godlike at 15 minutes. 7.5k net worth.
Enemies gather
A
at
lot
Radiant's
of
middle
money. He's
tower.
got the courier coming in. What's he trying to get? He's got a drum. He's building very value oriented. You know, a lot of people when they go crazy on mid lane and they have such an amazing game,
Radiant has
they pull a Shadow
their
Fiend.
middle tower.
You know, they buy a Sanjin Yasha.
This
They
was
don't-
the Shadow Fiend
Yeah,
player.
exactly. They don't build the drum.
Root of the
They don't build the value stuff. They just
Oh,
go
he's
straight
gonna
for what they want.
capture the mouth here.
But this is nice. I like to see that Reviente is playing the game a little bit safer this time. Oh, that's a dead ass lion. And this is also a dead ass Ogreman?
Nah, he's fine.
Oh, the Sunstrike? Oh,
It's
that
level
was-
1.
Yeah, it's level 1.
Oh, 2, sorry.
It was a good prediction. Not the hardest prediction in the world, I guess, but you know.
He's like, he's sending a message. It's like, I know where you are.
He's like, just so you know, if I was going Wexor, you'd be dead. Bloodlust on the tower is going to make it pretty hard for them to get it off this. Oh,
Big call coming out. Let's see what they can get out of
Very
this.
nice. 3-person pull. Lots of damage.
They
From
need
the
to get this
Zeus ult.
Invoker.
Invoker goes straight down. That's fantastic.
Finally,
Can
Zeus
they-
gets some revenge.
Can they get a bonus skill here? Slark, no leap, but he does possibly have what it takes to get this Centaur. He's got the Orb of Venom. He can chase this. He's also got ult. Yeah, he can possibly kill the Centaur. Ogre's also there to help tank tower. That boy
Pops
is
out.
indeed thick. And that's it. Yeah, that's
Nice.
a kill on the Centaur too. That's 3 for 0 for Radiant.
Nice. That's exactly what we need to see.
Yeah, Radiant are showing signs of life. Invoker has been knocked down from the pedestal on which he stood.
I mean, he's still first net worth, though.
Oh, for sure. He's miles ahead of everyone else, but he's still...
Radiant's middle tower is threatened by
He is still but a man.
Have a Sunstrike? Ooh. That would have been cheeky.
Radiant's
Very
middle tower is
cheeky.
under attack.
Oh my god, Lion doesn't have boots at 17 minutes.
Yeah, he needs to be greedy.
Yeah, it
A
needs to be
bit.
much more greedy.
He just needed to take a minute or two from south. He would have got his 6 earlier. Would have got some boots.
Yeah, it's 17 minutes and the dude's not even 6. He's got a net worth of 1.8. You know, even Witch Doctor has arcane runes. Arcane runes, arcane boots.
Just a little bit of advice for him. Like, you really should be prioritizing your boots over a ring of region or ring protection on yourself.
Movement
As a
speed will
support.
do a lot more for you.
Two armor on hardly any HP means nothing.
Look at it go!
Axe here chasing this Witch Doctor. He's going for a hard chase, actually. I didn't think he would stick that long. This might turn into an actual team fight. Good Zeus ult for the vision, but he is incredibly low on mana at the moment. They will pick up the Witch Doctor.
Cut you once, cut you twice.
Not too bad. That's an incredibly shiny Greeble. That was unusual. Wow.
Back and courier watch.
Shout out to Shiva. I mean, look, sometimes you gotta represent the... Okay. It's the closest thing that Dota has to fashion, right? Courier fashion
That's all I've
week
got
with
for that.
Melody. Oh, goodness me.
Alright, Joe getting a 4-staff. Already got the pipe on the center. It looks like he's going to focus on the blink next, but that's going to be a while off. What do you put on Quap? She's got yours. She's quite fun, to be honest.
This ward on mid seems out of place, but it's actually quite nice. I like the
It's
vision
just off the
because-
edge.
Yeah.
I think it was probably placed there before the tower went down.
Yeah. I still think it's like, you know,
Dire's bottom
pretty
tower
good
is
vision.
under
You can
attack.
see what's happening on mid.
Enemies gather at Radiant's top tower.
Don't think it's too ridiculous. Let me see here.
Always like a good ward behind a tower. Really
It's
helps you
nice,
dive.
yeah, it helps you dive, especially when your invoker's so far ahead. Just makes his job.
Joe by himself might
much
get
easier.
caught out by the axe here. He's got his blade man now. He can actually solo kill her, I think. Nice. Does it near the creeps as well. If he gets a good spin.
Very good. Big silence. Yeah, he's just gonna TP away. Yeah, he's out.
Yeah.
It
was close.
It was very good, actually. It was very close.
She's definitely not farming for the moment, though, so it's
No.
not all
Well, it's
fault.
exactly space created. Or space denied.
Money changes hands.
Worthy tribute.
There's one there. They're smoked up on Dire side. Ogre Major
might
is
just
there.
turn
Are
this
they
there.
gonna break smoke? Ooh, big stuns. Follow up with the Centaur stun. Yup. This is a dead ass ogre. I don't think that was where you death ward.
Addiction.
I can
No,
understand.
the Death Ward was actually really smart because
Oh.
it was so far behind him that the only way Ogre wants to run is back towards his tower. So we'd have to run basically towards the Witch Doctor ult. As well as if there's any counter initiation,
Radiant's
then
middle tower
I can
it was
see
in the
that.
ideal place.
Okay, I can understand the counter initiation. That's good, but he was maledicted. I think he was dead the moment like the maledict hit him.
Invincible for a short time.
Just
Radiant's
from
middle tower
the
has
amount of
been
damage that the team were
utterly
doing.
destroyed.
But I can understand the counter initiation thing. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
It is at the end of the day, when it comes to ult, it is just a spell.
When you think about it, if Axe was going to counter initiate that, you'd either have to jump on the Witch Doctor, which is kind of like a waste of a blink cool, or he can jump on the Invoker and co, but then have a Witch Doctor ult pounding him and his team.
Yeah. Oh my god, is this okay? He gets
Finger
the
him,
ult
finger
off.
him.
Towers under attack.
Ooh,
Oh my
still not
goodness,
enough.
he's on so little.
Gott in Himmel. Das ist super.
Bob getting a double kill. That's 3 kills from
Radiant's
Radiant.
bottom tower is under fiendish assault.
Goodness me. 3 kills for Dire, my bad. 3 kills on the Radiant, 3 kills for
Radiant's
Dire.
bottom tower is assailed.
You guys knew what I meant.
Those who seek its destruction. Dire's middle tower is under siege. Radiant's
This Invoker
bottom
knows
tower
what he's
has
doing.
fallen.
He's putting his alacrity on the siege creep instead of himself.
Dire's middle tower has been crushed.
That's how you know.
I think they just need to go some more pickoffs with Axe.
I agree.
Axe and Zeus can kill the Drow easily, the Witch Doctor. the Quap. The Invoker might need just Tornado and Ghost away, but
Yeah.
there's a few options.
Yeah, I'm thinking next on the Invoker, you might just want to grab a BKB. Because he's got the damage that he needs. Right? Like
Could go Ags.
He could go Ags, yeah, okay, I can see Ags, but I also think the BKB is just a good item against their team. You know, it shuts down a lot of what Lion can do, shuts down everything Zeus can do. Ogre Magi as well, like, they're just heroes that are completely countered, they have nothing that pierces.
Alright, your Dro's looking up a BKB after a Yasha. That's fair.
Another pause here.
I think that's good timing to get the Yasha first.
Yes, I agree.
They're not planning on winning this game until they just do an all-in push after a Roche.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think the BKB on the draw is a good pickup too. Like I say, BKB is just very useful against Radiant's team, because the only thing they have which pierces is Claw.
Yeah.
I think, does Leash pierce BKB?
No.
No, okay.
It's just a cool.
Yeah.
Thank God, I don't want leash fucking pounce.
Yeah, no, it's
Go
just...
through BKB, please don't.
Oh,
don't
God.
give Ice Frog ideas.
No, Ice Frog, please don't do that. Sorry, what I was trying to say is, if you're leashed, you can't just BKB and then run away. Because
Yeah, you can.
You can? I thought you couldn't dispel the leash. Or does that not
think
count as a
so.
dispel?
Oh, it just says cannot be dispelled.
Yeah, I think if you
I'm probably wrong, man.
yeah, if you get leashed by Slock and then you BKB, you don't break the leash. It's kind of like Puck with Puckle, because if you get Puckle to then you BKB and then you walk out of range, you still get stunned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with Ags. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah,
Well, looks like Quap's going to go for Ags. That's understandable.
yeah.
I'm not sure. Like, you just kind of go utility in items on Quap, wouldn't you? In a 4 position.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, he's actually farmed more farm the enemy mid, so
Ooh, excuse me.
don't think you really need an Orchid this game.
Unflinching
Yeah, I'll agree with that. The silence is the silence is good, but I feel like you already have enough damage and the ability to shut people down that the silence is.
Yeah, you got enough control for the Slark at least at this point.
Yeah, and silence doesn't really do too much to Slark. Like, you'd really only be buying the silence for the Ogre, the Zeus, or the Lion, who are the 3 lowest performing members of Radiant currently.
Worth note, Slark's going to Shadowblade. He really wants to get some pickups.
That's a very good tornado on the axe, prevents a counter initiation. Big Centaur roll, allowing his team to run in. Witch Doctor Rod goes down, just getting a lot of damage across. Quapult manages to pick up the Lion. Invoker managing to get the kill on. Oh my goodness gracious me. 4 kills on the Dire.
foes threaten dire
4 kills, and also the top tower, and they're pushing forward for a 5th.
with the madness.
Are they going to actually get him?
They expose their
No,
tower to
they're
attack.
not.
It's just how many It's like I said in the draft, the Tornado,
Radiant's top
really good
tower
against
is under
Outschool.
attack.
Yeah, it's just a great counter initiation, you know.
Radiant has
It's a bit like building a free Yules.
to the enemy.
Yules is so good against Axe.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like he's building a Solar Crest, which I actually quite like. I think Solar Crest is a decent item.
Yeah, I think it's just to help the Dro or Centaur to go uphill.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
That's smart.
It's a very small pickup. And then, someone in chat says, Reviente and BKB this early? Yeah, you're a very, very, very astute observation. He won't go BKB, he probably won't. I just think it's a good item.
Lots of TPs down to the bottom outpost.
Yeah, I see that. I think it's because they've seen the Witch Doctor and want to try and pick something up, but I don't think they can kill him. Actually, he's to blink.
He's going to be Tornado.
Oh, the Yules. Yules of a lifetime, and he misses the call. Zeus has the lightning
Really
ball,
nice
he does
Witch
manage
Doctor
to pick
stun.
him up. Axe is going to go down for this, though, so is Lion. Not too surprisingly, the dude's not too tanky. Can Slot possibly get a revenge kill here? Manages to leash the Centaur. He's invisible, but the EMP plus the
On the
Meteor
Centaur roll as
is
well.
going to get him away. He's disarmed. Slot goes down. Dro is just going to keep hitting. Queen of Pain doing not much in terms of the way of body blocking, but enough to make it so that Dro can pick up that triple kill.
I think his quad pick's been really good.
Oh yeah, she's She's playing as kind of a half carry, half support type thing.
Worthy tribute.
It's kind of weird. She's got the damage of a carry, but she's building utility like a support. You know, first, you know, she's buying tranquils, she's roaming, she's got a Yule's first item, she's looking into an Aghanims. I just think that it's pretty decent. Yeah, this is a free roach. Even if Zeus...
This is a time in which they can win.
Yeah. Is this finals?
It's
No,
just-
finals is next game. Very nice, Craft.
It's so hard to play, Axe to play against Invoker. Like, it's basically, oh, you can't initiate anyone if Invoker is on your side of the map, like your half of the map. The range of Tornado is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's very strong. The only thing about Tornado is obviously the fact that it's a skill shot. You know, you can sidestep it. It's a good taunt on the Witch Doctor, but what follows up? It's a stun, it's a maledict. Hex on the Drow, but he misses the stun. Oh no, I think Drow
It's got finger.
Ooh, Blinking with...
Oh my god, she's gonna live. She's got
She's-
Aegis anyway.
Even if, yeah,
coming so
they're
hard
going,
for
they're
an
going
Aegis.
so hard for this, and now, yeah, they have Aegis. Slug's
The
gonna
sunset?
die, yep.
No.
Slug's straight dead, there's just so much happening. Axe is forced to TP out. Ogre Magi's not getting out of there alive, not even close.
Right, this
And
should be
then
an
that's
easy
a-
push up
Yeah,
here.
that's another 3-4 kills.
Oh, he's got the Alacrity talent, he's got Solar Crest. This Dro's just gonna chunk these towers.
I also like how he hasn't taken the Ghost Walk or the Chaos Meteor talents. It's, a lot of the time early game, they're just not worth taking.
Structures are
Look at the attack speed in this Dro.
Dire's structures are made
It's me, yeah.
for a short time.
She's just launching stuff at it. Taunted, stunned, high ground.
Just trying to buy a bit of time.
Yeah,
His
there's-
Ogre's up soon.
Without Slot, you don't really have anything to engage and do a ton of damage.
Just
So
crisis attack.
I just wanted to get to play Rubik once Pepe hands. Aww.
Radiant's middle barracks were allowed to fall.
Well, there's a Rubik last game, so there's that, Timo.
But he wasn't playing.
Yeah, true.
It's like you're taunting him yourself.
Look, I play vicariously through the people who play my heroes in these, right? When I see Storm Spirits, when I see Rubiks, you know, when I see Jakiros or CMs, I'm playing through them, you know? I was hoping I would help Timo, I would console them, not mock them. This Invo, yeah, he's going crazy.
I think this start's going to really struggle with this Shadowblade pickup.
Agreed. Oh, Shadowblade at 30 minutes. It's a very bad timing.
Yeah, it always feels bad trying to get Shadowblade in the game you're losing because you know the enemy supports have the net worth to be able to support the sentries.
Yeah, because if you look at the map, you know, he's already been... Witch Doctor has already been centering up even before he's picked up a Shadowblade, so... All it just takes is a, you know, oh, he's got a Shadowblade, I'll be extra diligent with this, and you know he already can. You know, he's got a sentry in his inventory right now, centering up here, dewarding, standard affairs.
Axe was just trying to get rid of Force Spirit. And now he has no mana.
Yeah, gotta go back
Oh,
to
he's
the
got
base.
mangoes ready. Oh, we have a mango tree, that's why.
Mango Tree counters EMP. Bold,
You heard it here first.
Bold TI-15 strats. "15 seconds, and then they're going to get a huge chunk of experience on the Dire."
I think they're trying to bait the outpost for Slat to take it.
I think so too.
Dro's waiting patiently.
Yeah, he's just taking the small camp. And yep, big silence, big stun. He's just gone. Yep, that was.
Dire's top
That's well played, Bovdra.
ravaged by the
Yeah.
enemy.
550
Nice and
experience
patient.
each.
Carnage is
It's going to be
unceasing.
very big.
Selfish.
Quote getting caught out here. She's getting pretty low. Line's gonna get burst down here though.
And Zeus as well.
That's a twofer.
Zeus going straight down. Can they also pick up the Ogre? I think you and I both know the answer to this one. And it's no,
mean,
because Axe is there.
Just get out. Just get out. Josh Tornado, nice little sidestep. He's
Yeah,
out.
yeah, he's out of there. okay, ban
I
Invoker.
still need to respect this because I do have buybacks on Radiant.
It doesn't matter how many mid heroes you ban. Reviente will still find some way to play one and make you feel like an idiot for not banning them.
This has been quite a sad Zeus game.
Yeah.
The Witch Doctor now has more net worth than him.
Radiant is now without its middle barracks.
I feel like we need to queue up that. We need to queue up that coffin dance bloody meme for Radiant here.
Getting on this
It's
Dro.
a decent engage actually. Dro's been leashed. She's
holding
glimmered.
a
She's got a
BKB.
BKB. She is hitting that ogre, and the ogre is dead. And the
Ogre
axe is
pulled back.
dead too. The ogre did buy
Yes,
back,
buy
but
back.
the lion's dead. That's 3 kills. And they have the potential to get 4 more.
I have no idea what they do.
Yeah. Big call, but who cares? Who cares about
He's
your call?
trying.
What are you supposed to do?
He's trying, but what do?
Slock's back. He might be able to pick up the centaur, but is it going to be enough? The tower's down. Ult from the Zeus comes in, but the
Oh,
damage
the
just isn't there.
Sunstrike takes out the axe as he walks back to base.
Oh, so good.
He's just starling on him.
Oh, Invoker.
Raviente.
Raviente.
Have we suddenly decided he's Italian or something?
Yeah.
It's my boy Ravioli here.
Yeah. Good. Ravioli.
Great, I've been fired.
Daybreaker's an ass and we won't be working with him.
Dire's bottom tower is ravaged by the enemy.
Oh my god, this top lane, this high ground push is ridiculous.
Structures are in
Yeah,
Ooh,
Slock,
really good
Slock just goes down.
He got like 3 shot. He got 2 marksmanship procs and he's just dead.
Okay,
Radiant's
look at the KDs here, right? 14 and 3 on the drone, 17 and 1 on the Invoker. What does a... I would call it, yeah. Radiant starts calling it, that's it, Mega Creeps.
the mega creep.
There's just no way that Radiant can come back from this. Good luck being given to them on the finals. Good game all
Very nice.
around. Glorious Team 2, definitely claiming all the glory there. Is there going to be an MVP of the tournament? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't think we have anything planned to formally announce an MVP of the tournament, but I like to give like a little post-match analysis like I am now and just say who really was, very effective in that match. And I think it's no surprise to anyone that Invoker was just a fantastic player throughout that entire thing. 17 and 1 speaks for itself.
Yeah. The ironic thing is they ban out the Shadow Theme, which is a level 20 on Dota Plus, and he's a level 22 on this.
Yeah. Yeah, he kept it in the back pocket.
Where's your god now?
Watch. They're gonna ban it. They're gonna ban Shadow Fiend and Invoker next game, and he's gonna pull out a level 25. Level 14 on Slock and going 3 and 13. You hate to see it. That's very sad.
Yeah, there was a lot of times in the top lane where they could have started winning it, where Slark was so close to just getting a kill and then ends up dying before the kill happens, which really upset his game.
Definitely.
I think, I feel like messed up leveling so much into W.
Yeah, and I think also if that game had gone late, like let's say that game had started at 60 minutes and everyone was 25, I think even then Dire would have still had it. Their team comp is just so much more fluid and capable of dealing with what Radiant can throw at them.
Yeah, the Tornado is such a good counter to Axe as well.
I knew it was going to be a good counter in draft. I didn't realize how good of a counter it was actually going to be until I saw it in motion in the game. But yeah, it was a very good counter pick. Very solid stuff. So Can't Deny, excellent showing. They go away with a 50% win rate, which is always good. And Glorious Team 2 moves on to the finals. So now, Daybreaker, we wait for the other semi-final to be done before we continue on our road to find who will win the April Reddit Dota 2 Community Cup, sponsored by Alliance.
Do you know how far through we are? Figure this out.
Good question. Let's take a look. What are our managers telling us? Yada yada.
Posted the screenshots, so that's all
Wow.
good.
Well, the semi-finals lobby 2 started 40 minutes ago, so they are looking at around about 40. So it should have been, on average, I would say it's another 10 minutes ish,
Yeah.
right? Makes sense to me. So
Lobby
Let's-
was up at 5:31. Yeah.
let's take a
And
look. So
5:04.
if we just take a look at the other teams that are coming through.
Oh, it just finished.
Oh, just finished. Nice. Well, this is the
Oh,
thing.
oh no, that was Trails posting the same, the same screenshot that I was.
Okay. Well, if we look at Team 5 and Team 6, which are the teams, it's Team 5 versus. What's the other one? Semi-finals lobby 2 was. I have to do the final lobby. Okay. Let me take a look here. Team 6 versus Team 7 is the other lobby. So if we look here,
Let's have a look at their past games. Look at their screenshots, and we can figure out what they play.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Let me just take a look here. Where are all the screenshots?
So
So Team
There was
7.
Team 5 versus Team 6.
Team 7 were the Believers. And they played what seems to be Mars Position 2? Position 3? Yeah,
but
so
like
it was a,
Team Nigma were doing their position to Mars a fair
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, so that's Jug Carry, Position 2/3, Mars on the Shrek. Then, is that in Abaddon? No, it can't be Abaddon, it's got 11 deaths. Abaddon doesn't die that often. And then Ancient Apparition 5. No, Ancient Apparition 4, so who goes 5? Was it Winter Wyvern? Kinda can't tell from the screenshot. It might be Skywrath Mage as well, actually. Cosmetics. Yeah, no, the team comp seems to be pretty decent. Let's see. BO3 final, BO1. Let's go Ravian. I'll be honest, we have spoken about BO3 finals, but we're just not sure how we'd be able to implement them because the tournaments already go on for so long, and it's just one of those things where everyone who works on this is a volunteer, and it's just kind of difficult to do it. I'd be interested in doing it, but it's one of those things where it's kind of difficult to organize.
I mean, the ideal way to do it would be, like, in a theoretically perfect world, would be to do it, like, the next day. You could do a best of 3 sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then you're not going to have people signing up necessarily because you got to be available for 2 days.
Yeah,
then,
for 2 days. Like that's the only
as
thing.
well
is,
as the volunteers as well.
Yeah, that's the only thing is when you see all these majors and even these minors that you see, you will get pro teams who have been flown out for the whole weekend, right? They'll play Friday, they'll play Saturday, they'll play Sunday, and every game will be a BO3, right? And you'll have entire teams of production. You'll have people going on and off the panel. You'll have casters for different games. So what you'll usually have is, for a BO3 set, you'll have 2 casters. And then the next game that comes through, you'll have another 2 casters because the previous 2 casters have to rest. So it would be like if a pair of casters did 5 games at once, which is usually something that would only really happen at TI.
Or the finals.
All the hard finals, yeah. So it's just a difficult thing to do, and also if we wanted to do proper BO3s and stuff, we would have them done over the course of 2 days, which obviously when it's just a casual thing that people are coming to, it's not something which people can very often dedicate the time to. People are often very busy and have things to do. Now, obviously with quarantine, people have a lot more free time on average, but we can't really start something and then not continue forward, you know? And also, if we don't get enough people to make a tournament happen, then it just becomes awkward. Because it's like, oh, hey, yeah, we're doing BO3s because people wanted to, and then all of a sudden we don't get the 40 people that we need in because they aren't available for both Saturday and Sunday, or Friday and Saturday, or however we would do it. And then, obviously, things become a little bit screwy. But yeah. So BO3 is something that would be really cool, and I would totally be down to do. It's just the logistics of it in a casual environment. However, you know, if you really enjoy me and Daybreakers casting, and you know any minors or, you know, tier 2 tournaments that need casters that would do BO3 and, you know, actually give a paycheck, you know exactly where to send them. So, you know, if you really want our entertainment, and you want it in the BO3 and you want that kind of thing, then, you know, vote with your voice. Let the people know. Hashtag Daybreaker and Melody casting. Get it trending. Don't actually get that trending. That's like such a long hashtag. No one would ever write it.
No, the key is to make it even longer until it becomes a meme in itself.
Melody open bracket, Shubed close bracket, and Brendan open bracket, Daybreaker / close bracket, Dota 2 casting hashtag. That's the hashtag. Just make the hashtag the whole tweet. All 200 and... How many is it? 200?
Use every character on one hashtag.
Yeah, exactly.
Surely someone's done that already.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Also, hello, Ninja Copper. How are you doing? Sorry, we just went off on a tangent a little bit there. But yeah, when it comes to this tournament and like making it so that we've got more games or we're making it more open and stuff, we are in talks about stuff. Obviously, we can't say too much because, you know, we haven't finalized a lot of stuff. But when it comes to development and what we're doing, we are in talks about it. We are trying to brainstorm things. This is not a something which is going to remain stagnant. Trust us on that.
Apparently, the other team finishes soon.
Nice, nice.
Right. I'm going to get a drink.
Yeah, no
so
problem.
I'll be just around. I'll be back in a minute or two.
Not a problem. Yeah, just so you guys know, I'm not ignoring you. There is a 3-minute delay on the stream, so when you send your message, it will take 3 minutes for me to see it. Or rather, sorry, when you say your message, I will see it immediately, but I will respond and the video will take 3 minutes to get to you. This is to prevent people stream sniping. Ideally, we would have 6 minutes of delay because that's the time for wards. But I personally, as the streamer, like the ability to have somewhat interaction with Twitch chat, which obviously isn't there very much when you look at majors. You know, casters don't really respond to Twitch chat, and definitely announcers or analysts don't either, because of the delay. I would be interested in casting maybe. Well, that's cool. I was interested in casting one time, and then I sent in a demo reel, and because they were asking for casters, and now here I am. So I guess look for the opportunities, seek them out, and they will appear. Casting is something that's really cool, but you need to have a talent for it and you need to work at it. I don't really play Dota very much. It's not something which I really play too much on my own. I don't enjoy it all too much because it's a very try-hardy game, but I love watching it. I love watching it, I love analysing it, I love the hype moments. I think Dota, as such a complex game, can make so many perfect storm scenarios that are so niche. And yeah, sometimes you get meta combos and, you know, sometimes combos like... To bring a perfect example, I remember in TI4, I think, everyone and their mom was doing Skywrath and Chronosphere, and it was a big cool thing until everyone did it, and then it was like, okay, it's a cool combo, but it's everyone's seen it. It's whatever. But Black Hole plus Ravage plus all that stuff, it's always exciting, you know, because every team has different ways of capitalizing and doing different things. It's just there's so much cool stuff that can happen that I don't think any other game has that. So I really enjoy casting it for that reason. You know, if I look at other games that I'm not going to say, obviously, because I don't really want to. I'm not here to crap on other games. I look at other games and I think, damn, this must be.
I'm
Hey,
kidding.
welcome
I'm back.
Welcome back. I just think, God, it must be awful to cast that game. Because the games just follow such a formula. You know, there's not really too much free flow. And I get it, a game which is completely free flow would be ridiculous because no one would know what was going on ever. But I think casting is something that you need to put a lot of time into, and you need to work on how you do it, and you need to follow trends, and you need to do your research. Because if you don't play this game, you need to do research, like so much research. And even if you do play this game, you need to do research because most people are 3K, like me. And that means that I have a 3K knowledge of the game. And what happens in my bracket is not indicative of how professionals or people who are higher than me will play this game. I said earlier that one of my matches as Rubik was against Obugo Magi mid. That's not going to happen in any game that anyone's playing a prize for. It's just ridiculous, you know? So you need to kind of recognize that your knowledge isn't very good, and you need to understand that you don't understand, so that you can begin to understand, you know? Like, if you think you know things, you need to stop thinking that you know things so that things can, so that you can understand things easier, you know? Because if you feel like you have understanding already, then you have a conflict of knowledge. But if you just empty the cup, you can fill it much easier with the new information, is what I'm basically trying to say. But it's very interesting, it's very rewarding, and I know a lot more about this game than I did previously, and I think it's really cool to be able to talk and entertain and relay it to you guys and create entertaining and hype scenarios. I think it's really cool. Also, we just got word in that Team 7 have won against Team 5. And they won immensely. Immensely.
That's a lot of kills.
This is a 36-minute, 41-second game that I'm talking about right now. 88 total kills in that game. 68 to Team 7, 20 to Team 5. 25 and 1. 25 and 1 Void Spirit. I actually think that it's good that we didn't cast that. Because it was such a stomp. Like, I feel like by 20 minutes I'd have said all that needs to be said.
Okay, it may have been a stomp, but
yeah.
There was a hell of a lot going on in that stomp.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I just, personally, I don't like casting stomps as much as I like casting closer games. And I think, honestly, Team 7 versus Team 2 is going to be a really close game. I think it's going to be a really cool and close game because Team 2 definitely seem to know what they're doing. And Team 7 also definitely seem to know what they're doing. You know? And I think it's just going to be sick. We're going to bring them all together and it's going to be awesome. It's just going to be good. Sorry for talking so much, by the way, guys. I've just kind of, filled the space. Exactly. Yeah, it's my job, exactly. Just trying to fill the space, obviously, while the game is, while we're waiting for the game to keep going. Obviously, if you guys would like to hear me talk about other things or want my opinions on some things or want to hear less about something, do let me know in the chat. I am more than open to feedback. But yes, casting... Long story short, casting good, but casting hard. With a little bit more experience and preparation, I could probably do 5 games in a day, but I wouldn't want to force that on other people. And also, we'd probably need backup casters just in case. But that's something that... Don't take my word for that. That needs to go through the community managers and all that. So, blah.
Yeah, a good way of doing it is probably like you'd have one set of casters for the first 2 games and then a different set for the best of 3.
Yeah, maybe. I could see that. Yeah. I feel like I could do 5 games, but I feel like I wouldn't be able to reliably do 5 games, you know? Like, today's a good day for me, I think. I think today is a solid day. I'm enjoying myself, I'm relaxed, I'm on top of it. I could go for another 3 games today, you know?
That's something that sort of I've never envied entertainment sort of jobs like full time, because I don't know, OD Pixel might have the most shit day or something, but then he has to go on stream and just like be as hype and upbeat and stuff like that
Oh,
day
yeah.
after day,
Yeah.
no matter how bad your life could be going, or
You've got to be the...
You know.
And I'll be real with you, it's... As someone who... and people might not know about this about me, I was a streamer who was relatively big in a smaller...
With a lobby.
for a smaller game. Yeah, we do have a lobby, if you could just drag us in.
I will do.
It's one of those things where I used to be an entertainer and I was looking at going full-time and being a streamer, and I was having a really bad time mentally. Mental health is a very serious thing and it's very easily overlooked, and I was one of the people who did overlook it very easily. And because of that, I just couldn't stream for a while because I was so tired of pretending to be okay, and it got to me and I ended up pushing a lot of people away, you know? So it's very important to take your mental health seriously, is basically the point I'm trying to get across here.
Yeah, you can
And,
see it like recently with the Gork stream, how he had a psychiatrist or something like that one.
Yes, I didn't see that, but
Apparently quite interesting.
I did hear about that, yeah. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where I'm good at it because I can manage it. Like, if I'm having a shit day or if I feel bad, like, let's say I'm having a really terrible day and it's the day of the tournament and I have to cast. I know that for 6 hours or however long I need to do this, I would be able to just put all that stuff aside, be an entertainer and do it, and then go back to being sad afterwards. But that's because I'm very practiced at doing that, and I've been entertaining for probably about 2 years. But it does weigh down on you, especially if you don't have good ways of managing it. I like to think the professionals in esports have good ways of managing it, but obviously I can't speak for them.
It's not the most regulated of markets, is it?
It's not, no. There's not. The thing is it's one of those things where it's relatively new. Entertainment is a very... Health and safety in a factory is basically just, what do these machines do? How do we stop them from doing it? But humans aren't machines. Humans are so much weirder. Humans are so much stranger. We have so many different quirks and things that
We're
make that
annoyingly
difficult.
complex.
Exactly, right? You can't put a human down to a science. We tried to. It's called psychology, and there's so much shit we still don't understand. And it's just so very, very strange, and I can imagine that there are a lot of troubles faced by the entertainment industry, but I'll be honest with you, I still want to go into it. I still wouldn't rather do anything else. I look at all the other industries I've been a part of, I look at my job at the moment, I'd much prefer to do this for a living. Much prefer. So much cooler. It's great. You know how cool video games are? Video games are sick. This stuff is awesome. I think that's really cool. And I want to share my passion for that, you know? I feel like it's a good thing to share passions. Because that's all, at the end of the day, that's all it is, really, isn't it? It's just making people enjoy what you enjoy. Think about tournaments without casters. Can you imagine TI without casters?
You wouldn't watch it, would you?
No, you wouldn't. It'd be boring as hell. Like,
You
okay,
probably you'll watch the odd game.
maybe
or
yeah,
something,
maybe
and then,
maybe the.
oh, this is how the
hardcore-
really cool players, like really good players, play,
yeah.
and then you just move on with your life.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The I think the dedicated hardcore like wannabe pros would watch it, but it wouldn't be a spectator sport. Like not at all. Whereas, you know, these casters go into these games because we're watching these without casters. We have to, you know, just sit in chair and play game for 8 hours. Forehead, exactly, right? See, that's the thing. These losers, these idiot pro gamers, right, having to grind to be 10k MMR to play a game. Meanwhile,
You think
I'm
it's
over
just
here.
8 hours?
I
It's going to
don't
be more
even-
than 8 hours.
Mate, I don't even play
12-hour
the
days,
game.
at least.
I don't even play the game, and I'm still here sitting in a chair. I'm watching the game and I'm still entertaining. That's how that's the strat. Oh god. No, casting is difficult as fuck. One thing that sucks about casting is you're constantly under the public eye. Like pro players and stuff, they don't usually like unless they're incredibly personality like OG have personality, you know? Topson has a personality, Seb has personality, No-Tail has personality. Like people know what they are, but casters and analysts and people who are like talent, they have like whole brands of personalities that they have to be all the time because they're always on the. You know what I mean? Daybreaker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I'm rambling a little bit. But it's yeah, I just think it's really cool. The amount of work that goes into it is just super cool.
Crazy how dedicated pro players are as well.
Oh,
Having to play
yeah.
like 12 hours a day and still be motivated. Like, let's go queue again, or let's go do more scrims.
Oh,
and stuff like that.
dude, the one thing which is why I could never pro play this game, or any MOBA for that example, even MOBAs that are the most casual thing in the world. Heroes of the Storm is what I'm talking about here. Heroes of the Storm is such a... And that's not a bad thing. Casual is not a negative term. I play Heroes of the Storm more than I play any other MOBA because I just enjoy
It is when they try to make it an esport.
Well, yeah, exactly. Trying to
But
make
that's
it
a different
an esport,
issue.
that's a different issue, yeah. I'm just talking about the game. If I had to play Heroes of the Storm for 12 hours a day, I would be so pissed because after like an hour or two, I would have a few terrible games and I would just be like, fuck it, I'm not playing for the rest of the day. I can't be bothered.
Yeah, but if you do that, you just fall behind in practice, don't you?
Exactly, you
It's
fall behind the
so
practice.
hard.
It's like saying, it's like going to work and having and missing a few things or doing a few things and getting told off by
My
your
software's
manager.
not working.
Yeah,
This.
software's not working, not doing it, whatever. I'll come back in 3 hours when I feel better. Like, can you imagine? You'd get fired.
I mean, working from home now, you could kind of do that if you want to still put the hours in.
Oh, I mean, you understand the point I'm making.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things where the amount of dedication and the amount of hard work that goes into it and the amount of stress that these guys must be under, it's insane. It's insane and it's really cool. I have a lot of respect for them. A lot of respect for pro players, especially the ones that aren't at top level. Because there are so many people out there who qualify as pro players, as in they play for a living, but they're not tier 1. Like, you know, they're working and having to work their ass off to break into tier 1 play and actually, you know, maybe they're not making as much money as, you know, they need to or whatever. They're just trying to, you know, they're in that transitional period from someone who wants to be a pro to someone who actually is a pro, and they're playing and they're going to all their locals and they're just trying to level up as much as they can, get noticed, get recognized type thing. That it requires so much motivation to do, because the moment you slip up, it all just kind of tumbles down behind you. So, yeah, basically, if you're out there and you play video games for a living, you're awesome, your dedication is insane, and I respect you.
Where's the last guy?
Yeah, we're just looking for the last guy. Where is the last guy? Let me see. Is he in... he's in voice.
Just pop in there, like, hey, hurry up.
I'm tempted. Should I? A message half actually.
Oh, we got a 5th.
Oh, there he is. There
Is that the
we
right
go.
guy?
Monk ass. So for the right guys, I believe it is the right guy. Alright, Radiant and Dire seem to be ready. We've got the Glorious team too. versus drumroll Believers. And then
That's a
then
nice
I
name.
saw her face. That's actually a very nice name. Between Bacon Bits, Stolen Laptop Gang,
I missed on
I missed Stolen Laptop Gang. I missed them. They'll be back. They're taking this tournament off. They say they're training for the summit. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Taking a break until TI.
Yeah, they're training. They're training. They're training for the R Dota 2 summit. That's coming soon, by the way, Kappa. God, can you imagine the R Dota 2 summit? That'd be terrible. Давай, блядь. This Tom Johnson.
I used to be on a
This cool.
I used to be on a team called Davai and Conquer, which I thought was quite good.
That's a good name. I like that a lot. That's really cool.
That's much better than my first team name.
That's
Much
cool.
better. It was the worst name, and I joined on the team, right? So I had no say over the name, but it was called Lads of Christendom on tour.
Oh god, that's terrible.
Yeah,
Okay, my
who came up with that?
my first team was a team called Team Average Fanfiction.
Fair.
Pretty bad one, I think. All right, finals time. Are we hype, Twitch chat? If you're hype, I want to see emotes. I don't care which emotes. I don't care if you're subbed. I don't care if you have a tier 3 sub to Pokemon at this point. I want you to put those emotes in chat for the finals. Believers versus the Glorious Team 2. We are in the draft. Jakiro banned straight away from the Believers. Let's get into this. Now, I can imagine that between the Glorious Team 2 and also Believers, there will be a lot of mind games. People will be trying to think about what they're going to do. If Believers
They're
have
all
been...
aware.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, they're all aware of the previous draft, so they will be taking that into account.
Yes. No, that's definitely true. And also, if Believers have been switched on at all, they'll be recognizing just how dominant the mid player is on Glorious Team 2. 2 games out of 2. Yes, Abu Tony, you're entirely correct. Real dedication. 2 out of 2 games for Glorious Team 2. The mid player has been one of the core defining factors of their success. And I think that is something that Believers should take into account when it comes to their draft. I think banning Invoker and banning Shadow Fiend are paramount. But that's just me. I think the Techies ban is actually kind of smart. And the reason
for
I say
our sanity.
Yeah, for our sanity. You don't want to be here for another 2 hours. I know I said I can cast another 3 games, but I didn't mean it like that.
That's always the thing as well. In the best of 3 sort of context, you never know if each one of those games is going to take forever as well.
Yeah.
It's super hard to schedule Dota
Yeah,
because a
it
game
is.
could be 20 minutes long, or it could be an hour and 20
Yeah.
within reason. You
And
know,
then, of course, there are those games like the one you had where it was 2 hours and 4 minutes.
yeah.
Invoker ban is pretty good. Lycan ban I also like as well. I'm liking that, if you will.
All right, you're done.
That's my one. That's my one. We said we get one per game. I'm using it. I'm using it that quickly. Void Spirit again. Void Spirit's been banned in like every single game. It's crazy.
I think
People don't like the purple man.
10 seconds remaining.
been strong for a while. I think Rabiante plays it based off his history, so there might be something there.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, sorry. He is.
Yeah,
He
he's
is.
the- he's the
That is
one.
team 2.
Yeah. He's the one banning, so I feel like he just doesn't like the matchup, which would make sense. Void Spirit.
The thing about Void Spirit-
to win against.
It's a very flexible pick. People have been playing it from like 4, 3, or 2.
Radiant team banned.
Pugna,
So
I like the ban. Pugna's a strong hero.
it's an easy early pick, isn't it? If you can put him anywhere.
Yeah, I think the ban here needs to be Shadow Fiend. Or maybe... Who else has been dominant on their team? Maybe banning someone who's like a good utility. Maybe banning out Axe.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe even Kotl.
I suspect they're just going to ban out the mid stuff. Shadowfiend you can pick specifically
Monkey King's not
to
bad.
deal with.
Yeah. Monkey
So
King.
Monkey King, Monkey King might be just because they want to get in melee offlaner.
I like seeing those emotes in chat. Thank you guys. I know it's 3 minutes late for you guys, but thank you for the emotes. I appreciate you.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
I find it hard to read into these first bans when the players don't know each other particularly well.
Yeah. I think
What
that the
about Panga
bands will become a little bit more tactile when the heroes have actually been picked. So let's see who believers are going to show first.
Dire team pick.
I thought you were going to say believing.
Snapfire, pretty good hero. A lot of people have been saying Snapfire is very strong support. I'm actually amazed because I think Snapfire was banned the entire of last tournament.
Yeah, I really want to see it go Ags.
Yeah, we want to
That's
see.
all I want.
We want to see some good Ags Fire stuff.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't think the hero is particularly strong right now.
She was.
She's pretty average.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with it. And if you've got somebody who's very comfortable on her, you just pick it anyway because of that reason.
Yeah, she's got a lot of utility. She does a lot of things. Her Ags is also very powerful.
Ah, the Nyx counter. Yeah, the Spike Carapace being able to stop Snapfire.
Yes, as we learned
ult
last
at any
tournament.
point.
Yeah, it's very good. That's the one
Um,
thing. Picking a counter like straight away like that is it's fair enough. Who counters Nyx Assassin? See, here's the thing. If I'm Radiant, if you're Radiant, do you now
10
pick
seconds remaining.
someone who hard counters Nyx Assassin to try and negate?
5 seconds
I don't think you really need to particularly counter pick a Nyx Assassin.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
The main thing is not to pick heroes that he counters.
Yeah.
So Snapfire can deal with the fact that she won't be able to ult very much this game. In the end, it's probably your 5 position, so it's not the end of
Yeah.
the world.
Or she can
But-
save her ult for when Nyx Assassin has used Spike Carapace. Or
Yeah,
he's
but
dead. Or
that's a
something
bit
like that.
different.
Radiant team.
It's difficult, but what I'm saying is it is possible to work around. Witch Doctor was a good pick last game. I think that's a good pick this game too.
Nice 5 position. You can't really go wrong with Witch Doctor at the moment.
Definitely.
I think you just make sure you don't pick heroes that get Spike Carapace really easy, like Ember Spirit or
Yes.
anyone who gets massively mana burnt like OD.
Radiant team bad.
Mars, nice strong hero.
Now their Mars was very dominant in the last game.
Yeah, they played it as a 2, didn't
Yeah.
it? You
Well,
think?
Well, it was either 2 or 3, but he had a lot of gold. He was equal with the other position 2 / position 3.
Yeah, it's actually hard to tell what position it was in because it did so well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess it was the 3 position there.
Yeah, because
15 and
Leshrac
forward, that's
makes
really
more
strong.
sense as a 2, I think.
5 seconds remaining.
So right, I want to ban out Nova support combo. There's nothing like particularly strong with Witch Doctor in lane that you need to ban, so they're just going for a generic Lifestealer ban. I guess Lifestealer does quite well against the Mars because you can always rage to get out of his ult, and obviously he likes to chunk away at your health. As they got 2 strength heroes already, that's understandable. Another thing they could have done is maybe ban out the Timbersaw because they had 2 strength heroes.
Yeah.
They also don't want to pick the Timbersaw themselves because they've already got Mars, and you don't want to play against Nyx either.
Yeah.
They're
Timbersaul's just a
gonna-
solid
Dire
pick, yeah.
team pick.
Winter Wyvern ban I like.
That's alright. If they're planning to go a lot of physical DPS, you can
Yeah.
understand banning out that. But actually, it seems odd to ban out Wyvern actually because it seems like they already have their 4 and 5 position, and you don't generally see Wyvern outside that position. Sorry, no.
I was
Okay.
about to say position 4. Wyverns. Yeah. First
Game
off-
3 problem.
Yeah, I was.
Um,
yeah. Don't worry, it's fine.
Remaining.
Reddit.
Yeah, Wyvern is. The thing is I'm a believer in Wyvern carry. I think he can work.
He can be played as a free, but anyway, they got.
Well,
they got
when I
Mars.
say carry, I mean like a mid, like position 2 or position 3. Like I don't mean hard position 1 carry. I just mean like as a damage dealer from a long range, just
Yeah.
good sustained damage. I think
Her
Wyvern,
Ags chunks.
yeah, that's what I mean. You rush eggs, then you go damage up building items, and you just chunk people and establish a lot of mid game
Radiant
presence.
team pick.
And then
Yeah.
late game,
Brewmaster.
you'll just use one of it. Brewmaster, one of the
So
3
recently
heroes not
buffed a
picked at
bit.
TI9. if I remember correctly.
His burn damage from a spirit does a bit more than it used to.
Yeah.
I think this is just a hero you pick up if you've got someone who's quite comfortable playing on it.
Yeah. The thing about Brewmaster, which is why I think a lot of people don't play him, is he's honest.
10 seconds remaining.
You know, Brewmaster doesn't really have any bull.
5 seconds remaining.
He's just honest. He's very fundamental. Like, he's fundamental, and then he's got micro for his ult. You know, his skills, you know, he's got a regular thunderclap, he's got a decent passive that allows him to duel, and he's also got stuff which allows him to deal with physical attackers. Nothing too special. The real spicy stuff comes with using his ult. And I think that when you're comfortable on a hero like that, sometimes you just gotta pick him. And, not being funny, Brewmaster into Mars, I like that. I think that's actually pretty decent. A lot of the time they go even.
Yeah, I have nothing wrong with this pick. Sometimes you like to pick a hero into like sort of illusions because his dispel does a huge amount of damage to illusions,
Yes,
but we haven't
that's
really got that yet. But something just to keep in mind going forward.
It is a little
Go
bit.
that.
It is a little bit proactive now because now that they have the Brewmaster, maybe they're less incentivized from going towards illusion heroes. Because it's like, if you'd have saved that Brewmaster pick for maybe pick 4 or pick 5, they would be more likely to pick it. But I think picking it this early and having it be proactive is fine. Ogre
Ogre
McGee.
Magi, that'll be their 4 probably.
Yes.
Well, unless they want to put the Mars and Snapfire together, it could work.
I think Mars.
You know, have
Snapfire
to
is
cookie
a-
someone in and then hook,
Yeah, and
shove them back with a spin.
yeah, and Mars is a very good target for the cookie for that reason. I think Snapfire and Mars in the hard lane could go really well, and then have Ogre Magi as a 5 with the carry.
10 seconds remaining.
They're very beefy.
Yes.
Very
Oh,
beefy on the Radiant.
Yeah,
So they're
Radiant-
going to need a lot more damage coming out because
Yeah.
Nyx doesn't really offer much damage, and neither does Brew.
No.
Brew's
Brew doesn't
very
need-
good team fight.
Yeah.
But-
Brew doesn't have a lot of damage just in the form of. He's got a lot of CC, he's got a lot of area damage, but when it comes to just straight up damage in the sense of hitting people and killing them, he's not.
Probably
that
want to good magic damage as well.
Troll's
Very
nice.
true.
Troll's nice.
Troll will be some good damage. He's going to have a good lane against the Mars, I
Yeah.
think. And
The only problem I think is late game, Mars might be a very difficult target for him to kill, especially with his ult. Mars can just walk into him and then pretty much just tank the rage that he does.
I had a game recently as Mars against a Troll, and sometimes you get to do the hilarious thing of when Troll ults, you just walk outside your own ult, and he just runs against the wall repeatedly.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Juggernaut, I think this is one of the only patches where Juggernaut is not just a good pick. I think Juggernaut's relatively mediocre now.
Yeah, he just kind of feels like the jack of all trades, but master of none. I'm not that keen on it this game, to be honest,
No,
because
I don't think it's
you're
that
gonna
good.
have Brewmaster be able to tank a fair amount of his Omni Slash if he ults, but also he can't man fight the Troll ever.
No. Troll versus Juggernaut, you just lose. Because you need to save your entire Omni Slash for it, but even then, if he's getting Omni Slashed, he can just wait and time it until he's on low health, then ult. Then the moment you come out of your ult, you land right next to him, and he's attacking the closest thing to him. So he just then starts rooting you and attacking you and doing a shit ton of damage.
I think it'd be interesting to see if he decides to go Ags at all this game, because that's fairly new with the hero.
The new mini Omni Slash.
Shadow Fiend band.
Shadow Fiend Band I think is fine. They don't have it like okay, Brewmaster can be played mid. I don't think you play Brewmaster mid this game.
Nah.
But I think I also think TA is a good band too. From Dia, I think TA is a very good pick into these guys. Well, I say very good. I think she's good, but I do think she has like basically Trollwall is the only person who can really eat their.
5 seconds remaining.
They picked Brew in TI9 though, did they? I'm pretty sure they didn't, or maybe they only picked him once. If I've got that wrong, then I've got that wrong. I apologize. But I know the Brew
Clockwork
wasn't
may have
picked for
been
a
one.
while.
And Keeper of the Light, maybe.
Ursa Clock and Cottle. Ah, right, okay.
Well, I got 2 of them, right? That's not
Fair
bad.
play. Yeah, I knew that Ursa and Clock weren't picked. I thought Cottle would have been. Fair
Right,
enough.
okay.
Thank you for
We
that
haven't
area,
got much
Dalek,
time.
my bad.
What mid do we get? Death Prophet. I was thinking that.
Okay, I'll be honest. DP's pretty good.
It's alright, yeah.
The silence is really useful against literally everyone except Troll. She's got good ranged harass. Nyx Assassin doesn't really screw her up too much because the damage reflection from Spike Carapace does nothing. So basically, Spike Carapace.
Yeah, she just want to sit in the fight.
Yeah.
She doesn't matter if she gets stunned.
If
a
she
bit.
gets stunned, it's whatever because she's still got the ghost going around.
Also, it's a nice safe pick in terms of you don't know what your mid matchup is. Death Prophet normally does decently well.
And also, she can silence channeled abilities as well, like such as Witch Doctor Ult.
And they're so tanky on Radiant. It's actually absurd. Like Juggernaut and Death Prophet are going to be their least tanky heroes.
Yeah, and they're still both heroes that stack a
Yeah.
lot of health and are very durable in fights. Not so much as Mars or Ogre, but you know. I think you want someone here who can just do a ton of damage. And I think Ember Spirit is one of those heroes.
Yeah, it's fairly strong.
I'll be honest with you here. I think this could go long.
He has to stay ahead of a game to do a lot of damage because a lot of the damage you do from Ember Spirit, despite being a sort of flashy hero who can't be, it's hard to get hold of. He does a lot of damage if he can stay in the fight. But if he's having to do any sort of running away, his damage actually falls off tremendously. So he needs to be ahead after the laning phase to actually dish out this damage. Otherwise, they're going to really struggle. But this is Araviente, so
Yeah,
he's been doing very well on the mid.
This
So
is indeed
I believe.
Mr. Aviente. That's correct. We will indeed see.
I don't think there's any obvious winner from this draft. I'm not that
No.
keen on a Jug pick, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I don't think Jug is a losing pick. I just think it's not a fantastic pick. 17, my goodness, this person plays a lot of mid.
Last game, 21 on 1.
Ugh.
How'd that happen? What the? How'd that happen?
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is currently finals time. On the Radiant side, we have Team Believers with their ever so fantastic draft. And on the Radiant side, we have the glorious Team 2. But who will claim the glory? And the Alliance shirts. Follow at the Alliance GG on Twitter. Show your support to them for giving us prizes to give back to the community. Very generous people. And the more support they get, the more stuff that, we can make happen in the future. So really, the power is in your hands.
Yeah, you're right with sending Snapfire with a Mars. That could be quite a deadly combo. It's quite interesting. This Ogre Magi is going really aggressive. He's got an Orb of Venom to start with. This could be
Yes.
really helpful for Jug to get his spin off.
Yes, and I think that's just a fantastic, that's just a really fantastic combo to go for. Ogre Magi Juggernaut was a comfort pick of myself and also quite a few of my friends back in, I want to say, 6 months ago. I think the heroes just have quite a lot of natural synergy.
Let's get this fight started.
Nice stun coming out from Nick,
Alright,
so
decent.
securing that rune.
Very
Surprised
good.
the Jug didn't spin for it.
Yeah. I don't think he's skilled yet, so that might be why.
It's going to be a bit confusing for me because the Jug player is called Anto. One of my best friends is called Anto.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
So I hope he does well.
Hey, maybe, yeah. Alright. So, Creeps have met. The landing phase has now begun. We are underway, and we will see what will happen here. Now, both of these teams had very aggressive games last game. I wonder if that will remain true, and they might go aggressive here. As we can see already, a fair few trades happening on the bottom lane. And also a little bit of harass on mid as well. Which,
It's
makes sense.
interesting. He's gone Blade Dance level 1 instead of Spin.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a big stun.
He got a
First-
courier for it.
First
Probably
blood for
not worth
Courier,
it.
I wouldn't call that worth, not this early. 30 gold each, that's 30 times 5, that's 150 for 275. The math ain't quite adding up there.
No, but at least it wasn't for nothing. So,
Yeah.
and it's also the effect of them not having a courier as well for a little while,
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
which is harder to quantify.
Yeah. But I think this early, the courier doesn't really matter that much. But again, it's hard to quantify. Trades on
Depends
bot
if
lane
he
seem to
actually
be-
delivered before he died or not.
Trades on bot lane seem to be going relatively decently, as you can only imagine.
How'd that happen? How'd that happen?
I feel like the Death Prophet Ember Spirit lane should be fairly even.
I agree with that.
I don't think either of them mind too much playing against each other.
Seems like Ravi has a whole bunch of fans in the chat, by the way, which I'm sure he'll be pleased to recognise after the game. That's a nice Nyx skin.
But Ember has nunchucks. Oh, I suppose they've won. GG.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's such. I'm sorry, I hate to be fashion police or anything, but I love that Nyx set. That's so cool. Ooh, big roots on the Death Prophet. Yeah, both salving up. They're just gonna probably go back to neutral. A little bit of trading here and there. I think people
Feels
are just
like
trying
early
to
on.
get, people are just trying to
Early
get
on the
harassed
trolls.
wherever they can.
Sorry. Early on the trolls suffering on the CS a bit.
Troll's courier killed by the neutral creeps. Ugh.
By creeps.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yikes. Ooh, just shy of for Cookie Stun.
I think she gets out. I think Mars is pretty unaffected as well. Witch Doctor losing a fair bit of health to the creeps.
God, there's
Oh
so
my
many courier
goodness!
deaths. Jug just killed the Nyx's courier, I think. It just
No,
walked
that's
past.
Nyx killing the Jugs' courier.
I don't know anymore. Just
Yeah,
Courier's
just-
dead over at a top lane.
Courier's all over the
First
place.
blood onto the Witch Doctor.
First
Okay.
blood already passed. That was the second kill.
In my I'm gonna bullshit now and say it was Witch Doctor's first death. Oh no, it wasn't his first death. I give up. I was wrong.
It's okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's
Sorry,
okay.
chat.
It's okay. It's all good. It all happens. It's third game. Right.
It looks like the Snapfire is going to deny himself to neutrals.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense.
Did you want that?
It's a bit of an odd one these days, because 26 seconds is quite a long time, and they're getting aggressive onto the Mars now, but just walk away.
Oh my god, the Brewmaster's courier as well.
What the?
Jesus, I think Ogre Major. might
Okay,
die
I'm
for
reporting
this.
everyone for animal cruelty.
Yeah. This Jugger's getting a spin of a lifetime. That's really good on the Nyx. He doesn't have Spike Carapace. He can just kind of run.
They were really underestimating how much Ogre could tank there.
Yeah. Yeah,
7
the
armor,
dude-
it's a joke.
The dude has 7 armor and 26 strength. With 2 mangoes, he has 7.4 health regen. The dude has practically a free ring of health. It's absolutely insane. Also, yes, go do what Trell said. Follow the Twitter of us, follow the Twitter of Alliance, and follow and join the Discord at r/Dota2.
Oh, look at it go!
Ooh, mid lane, Death Prophet getting caught out with Syrian chains. He's going to have to try and trade up a bit. Gets
Yeah,
a
he's got a
Spirit Siphon off
Soul
though.
Siphon.
God, I always underestimate how much that does.
Yeah, it's so
That's
much.
so much heal we got that. That was like half his health.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
Right. Do you want me to be on courier watch? Just like
Keep an eye on it, yeah. Decent stun from the Witch Doctor, followed by the slow, but I don't think they can get anything from it on top. And Snapfire will get the bounty rune. Support.
let's have we can fight this.
Yeah, support fight. I think Witch Doctor's probably got that.
Yeah, she should just get the bounty rune.
Yeah, another Maledict will probably drop it down to about 150.
Oh,
no,
Nyx
not
is
even
looking
that.
for more couriers.
Oh my god.
He's not got any. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Latest on courier watch.
Oh my god, more couriers.
Oh, he actually did it. Oh my god. He wasn't even in the lane. They tried to avoid him
Oh my
by
god, there's
sending
another one.
it.
There's another one coming.
Dun, dun. Oh,
They're
he sent
backing
it back.
away. Oh my
Right,
god,
the
look at the
creep
poor little
spot.
thing.
He's probably just putting the creeps round and you just get spin onto the Brewmaster. He's not been able to get away with the Drunken Brawler.
Yeah, that's not going to kill him, but...
Ooh, haste rune for the Death Prophet, it'd be liking that. Ooh,
Oh, definitely.
of a spear into the cookie stun, this Witch Doctor's going to be going down again, and this Troll's having a bad time top.
Troll's time's not too bad, but Witch Doctor is definitely not enjoying the company. Spirit Siphon. Yeah, as you say, this lane on mid seems to be going relatively even.
Yeah, they've been playing very similarly. Look, even the wards on opposite sides being basically placed at exactly the same time.
Juggernaut picking up Brewmaster there, always going to be good for him.
This is
Nick's
the
taking
closest
in-
start we've had yet.
Yeah,
It's nice.
Nick's taking an early value point in mana burn, I think, is actually quite smart against their team, because their lane, because Jug requires so much mana to use the spells, and so does Magi.
Yeah, I think really good against the joke. Yeah. Right, where's the Death Prophet? Where's she in base? This might be a little bit of a lead for the Ember Spirit now. He's finally managed to push off the lane. He is a level ahead.
Yeah, the root comes
Quarter
out, he
of a
just-
level,
yeah,
basically.
He just walks off. Shuffles off the Spirit Siphon, gets another free hit in. He doesn't have any levels in Flame Guard.
Interesting that Trolls decided to go for a Diffusal Blade. I think that's really good against the Mars and Joker, who both struggle with mana.
Yeah, I agree. Cancel the Clarity, very smart.
Ooh, this Witch Doctor is a bit out of
Big
place
stun on the
here.
Witch Doctor. Ooh, no.
He's got the
might
Maledict on the Death
He
Prophet.
might actually be able to do something here.
Oh, Mars has turned up now.
Yeah, that's...
Can he get the spear off? Oh, he's actually just walking up to the Spirit, hoping that the Snapfire can cause him, but
Yeah,
he's actually just going to walk.
yeah. I don't really blame him.
It's a nice idea, though.
It was a very good follow-up. Yeah, and then he can TP back to base, then just ult back to his random.
Trolls finally get some space from Mister.
Ooh, ult coming out from DP, and she's got a
Yeah, he
DP
thought,
as
'cause-
well.
I think she thought as he's TP'd out, he should be able to get the push on there. Witch Doctor actually coming in now. We're going to be diving in on her.
Ooh, that's a dead Death Prophet. Not what you want to see.
On the wasted ult as well.
Yeah, didn't even get like any push. It's a very good.
Good rotation by the Witch Doctor
Very
as
good
well there.
rotation, yeah.
Especially since his rotations have caused the Mars and Snapfire to come down a bit more as well, which has actually in turn given his troll space without even them being on the lane, which also gives him more levels.
Yeah. It's a good mana burn there from the Nyx on the Juggernaut, making it so
Yeah,
that,
Juggernaut's 6 now, so you should be a bit worried.
yeah,
Bruce 6 as well, so
yeah.
I don't think the Jug can really kill off the Brood by himself.
I don't think so either. Not this early.
Looks like Ember Spirit's going to be going for the Spirit Vessel. Really good against the Death Prophet. Ooh, Cookie onto the Troll. He's still got the Spear waiting and the
There's the
Arena of
Mars
Blood.
ult.
He pops his ult though, so he's going to try and live through this. Too angry to die. Gets the root off. If he gets lucky enough.
Oh no, the crit, very good. It was good that he waited until he ulted to stun. That was nice, and then Mars just TP's out. Perfect. Oh, and the Snapfire picked up as well by the Ember. Very good, and that was a kill streak end as well. Now, obviously, kill streak does not give as much gold as it used to in days of yore, but it is a good thing, regardless.
Got to call out this comment by Iridilec. Peter on suicide watch after this game. Oh, Death Prophet's going to be caught out here. Searing Chains, they pop the Brewmaster
And
roll.
also
We will
Brewmaster
have more
Gonna
stuns.
get the stun, and the chain stun, just gonna keep hitting her.
the
Snapfire
cookies
coming
coming
in
out.
to save, but the Fire Spirit is quick, but the Hero Fire Spirit is a little bit
Oh.
quicker, picks up the kill.
Is this save its friend syndrome here? The Snapfire might be coming down for this. Oh, the Ember Spirit's got regen rune as well.
So you can just keep going. Snapfire's gonna get out, and it looks like so is Ogre. Yeah, just being...
Suddenly everyone's mid, except for the carries.
Yeah, Juggernaut's still just farming up, and so is Troll.
So Death Prophet will go for that Yules. Perfectly normal build. Mars will be getting the Vlads.
Good trades with this Mars.
Oh, the cookie on the Kree at the top, not quite making it. No one expects the creeps to fly at you, I will say. Oh, they might be catching out with Brewmaster, and they might know that he doesn't have ult. They pop the Omni Slash, but he's actually evading most of this with the Trollcom Brawler. Nice spin to dodge the stun and finish off a kill. Nice.
Very good knowledge of the character from the Juggernaut.
Top
And
lane,
then on
Death
the
Prophet
top,
going down.
Yeah, Death Prophet's going to get picked up by Witch Doctor, and so falls Snapfire as well. Definitely worth it.
For how even mid was, I feel like the last 4 minutes or so, there's really shown the difference between the Ember Spirit and the Death Prophet. Death Prophet's been really struggling to actually get anything done
Yeah.
with this level 1 ult.
Whereas Ember Spirit, you know, he, like you say, if he falls off or if he's not able to snowball into the mid game, his damage does fall off definitely. But Reviente has obviously no intention of not snowballing and is just doing everything they can to stay relevant and to stay ahead of the curve.
Right, what have we got going on here? Right, so it's getting fairly close to the Spirit Vessel. Needs 1,000 more gold. Juggle looks to be going for the Maelstrom build.
Ooh,
That's
courier
interesting.
down.
Oh,
That,
no.
What's that, 6?
That's what I was thinking, 6 or 7, something like that.
Crazy.
Right, Nick's getting caught out maybe, but there's no Omni Slash. He's got the spin. This might be enough damage, but he's actually a lot faster on the Nyx. Nice double stun, it might be getting away.
Yeah. I think Nyx is out of there, and yeah, Bruce just gonna hit him a few times and walk off.
Better luck next time.
Voice lines.
You'll be forever alone.
Ooh, good old. That's a Dead Witch Doctor, I think.
Ooh, nice little pick off.
He saw the opportunity, he took
This
it.
Troll's going in for it.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to get some kind of revenge.
With
kill.
Ember
Spirit's
Spirit coming.
coming in too. He wants that Snapfire. Good, rude. Picks it up.
Do you know what I miss? When Brewmaster could make someone hit themselves. That was kind of funny. I miss that.
Yeah.
It's just an excellent thought. And when Faceless Void could deny himself of it sometimes by accident.
Yeah. I agree.
Because the bash, he would bash himself and then hit himself again.
Yeah.
And that
the
secondary hit
denial.
didn't count from Brewmaster,
Yeah.
although it should have.
Yeah. Oh god, I remember that. Rare fringe case, but it's funny. Also,
You say fringe case, but I'm pretty sure it happened twice to me.
okay, fair enough. The statistics don't lie.
Maybe I'm just particularly unlucky.
It's possible.
Ooh, chasing down the Troll Warlord. He does still have his ult, so if anyone wants to come around and help him, you've got the Nyx Assassin coming in. Nice spear. Unfortunately, I won't be getting the kills off this.
I disagree about that, by the way, Troll. I think the Aghanims Brewmaster smacky thingy is the best one.
That's the best name for a weapon I've ever
Don't
heard.
know what it is, dude. He just smacks you with it. It's like a pole, but it's got like a little Morningstar type thing. I don't actually. I have no idea what it's called. I'm sure it has a name.
Well, if it's based off an Agnum scepter, it's a scepter.
Yeah, but the original thing isn't a scepter.
I guess. Nyx popping his ult here. It looks like they want to pick off his Death Prophet again.
Seems like it.
Actually, it's just turning into a big ass fight.
Yeah, we've got
No Brew or Jug though.
Yeah, but we do have 4 heroes top. It's a big commitment. I don't think this is where you really want to be. They might pick up the Witch Doctor, but Okamejo is going to die. And Death Prophet's going to die too. What can Juggernaut do here? Juggernaut
Most of his Omni Slash is wasted.
his only slash, yeah, he wasn't able to get anything because of the Brewmaster ult. He goes down, Mars is in the air because of the Cyclone. And he's also going to get killed for a triple kill on the troll. That's going to give him a fair amount of gold, just pushing him up to where the position 1s currently are.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And this should be a relatively easy push on top.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get an Omni Slash off there. There were so many units. But you kind of felt obliged to try and do anything with that team fight, but didn't really get very lucky. Brewmaster really screws with that. Also, lifting up the Mars I think was a great idea by the Brew. Mostly cancelled out the effects of Arena. It's really good. That's that Ember Spirit's going Desolator now.
Yeah.
I don't think this Death Prophet's going to be very tanky with that going on.
Yeah, I think this late is pretty decent actually. Helps deal with the Juggernaut as well. Very high armor hero. And Ogre Major as well.
What a bounty!
It's a common misconception really that minus armor is good against high armored units, really. Because every subsequent piece of armor gives less armor. So let's say you're reducing a hero from 7 to 0 armor. That would give you, I don't know, like 25% extra damage. But if you're reducing a hero down from 14 to 7 armor, that would only be really increasing your damage by, let's say, 15%. So the best way to counter it is generally just magic. But the problem is obviously Jug's got spin, so that kind of screws with the magic idea a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But,
I can understand that. That's actually smart. I didn't think about it like that.
that's why you don't generally go like minus armor versus Terrorblade. Unless you got like Elder Titan or something, but that's because he just does it percentage wise.
Yeah, which is obviously different.
401 Ravi. Yes, Trow. Everyone's loving Ravi.
Yeah, he's the hometown hero of this tournament, it seems.
Looks like Death Prophet's finally going to be able to get something off with her ult. This game's still really close. It's under 1,000.
20 minutes in, it's under 1,000. The kills are only one apart.
Like, the Snapfire's quite farmed. Brewmaster's a bit under farmed, but also you got Ravi's ahead a bit, but with the Death Prophet slightly behind. That's the main differences really, but it all adds up to being very similar.
Yeah, all three of them are going to come top, I think. Try and defend this, maybe catch out the Death Prophet. Yeah,
Is Death Prophet?
Yeah, you couldn't interrupt it. It's a good TP.
I think he maybe shouldn't have gone doing the Whirling Axe's range and just hope to run in and get that first hit route, but...
Yeah.
Ooh. Cheeky little spear. Oh, he pops the ult, but he doesn't have a spear right. Ogre Magi's coming in. Snapfire out on the top of him.
Manages to kill the Nyx.
There's a bit of a trade, but they do keep the outpost at least, and Nyx goes down.
Yeah.
But they know they're strong now. They're just
And then
running at
obviously
them.
there's an extra 350 experience, which is not anything to sneeze at.
Space Fist Jug as well, he might get a tower off this.
Yep, just picking up that tower as you were saying.
I think it's Death Prophet finally be finishing up the Jules. The Desolator's going to do so much against this Death Prophet though. He's basically going to have no armor. She really needs like a Shiva at some point in this game.
Definitely.
She's going BKB, which is also understandable. Like, you need that against the Brewmaster and Ember.
Yeah, and also the Nyx. Nyx doesn't have anything which faces BKB, and he's got a lot of CC.
Ember Spirit following this up potentially. The Searing Chains miss.
Yeah, Searing Chains.
They probably weren't going on it anyway. They don't have the
Yeah.
damage to kill.
Searing Chains miss, but also Spike Carapace disengaging. It's nice. It's good stuff. Dalek, no! Not the tallest. I'm doing my best, I promise. The first one all tournament, sadness. I've been working on a couple more as well, I'm so annoyed.
Right, looks like Troll's going for the BKB now.
Seems like it.
Oh, nice. The Snapfire is going for Ags. I'm not saying it's good or not, but I love to see
You
it.
want to see it, yeah.
You could the yeet that Juggernaut in, and you can just get an Omni Slash off someone just from nowhere.
Just launch him, yeah.
Maybe launch the
think
Mars in.
I think you want to launch Mars, yeah. Launch Mars, he immediately ults 5 of them, yeah. They don't have a fantastic team for it, but it's still good.
I found whenever I bought Ags on Snapfire, the key thing you really wanted was aggressive vision. Otherwise, it felt kind of lackluster.
Yes, completely agreed.
Oh, the Witch Doctor roll. He's not messing about. He's just going to throw it in, knowing that the spear's already been thrown.
That's
But
smart. That's very smart. Standing outside of the wall so the Death Ward can't hit him as much. Not going to save him, unfortunately, but it was a smart move there from Mars. And yeah, they're going to be
Brewmaster's coming in.
Oh, the stun, the root. That's a dead. Hang on.
yeah, she's dead.
Dead Death Prophet. Dead Prophet.
You're only allowed one.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You took mine. It's just rude.
Oh, it's fine. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, this is all space for Snapfire and getting the Ags.
Exactly.
Radiant's bottom tower is fallen.
Brewmaster rolled down.
Now
Bunch of votes down.
they know the Juggernaut is a mid. They're roaming up. I think, yeah, Jug's just gonna phase boots and try and
Dire's
go to the
middle
other
tower
level.
is under attack.
In 1,000 gold, this Troll's going to BKB. They're going to really struggle to deal with that power spike.
Yes.
Desso's up on the Ember now. Mars opting to go for the Crimson over a Blink. Maybe going to be relying on the Snapfire to try and help him initiate, which is
Yes,
understandable. The Crimson will be really good this game.
Yes, I
I mean,
agree.
the majority of the damage coming out from Dire is physical.
It's a good route. Wow, Ember's level 17. He's so leveled. Got so much experience. Ooh.
Chad Ravi.
Chad Ravi.
Subtle
Look, he's queuing up BKB. Our boy's come a long way.
He's done it. 25 minutes BKB. Oh, I'm proud. I feel like a proud parent. And he gets the bouncy for good measure.
refuse gold.
Another 250 gold for this Snapfire. I
Yeah.
mean, the dream is real.
Oh. Look at that. There she is. She's got eggs on the courier. She's living it.
Right, I'll buy supports now that I've got my Ags.
Yeah.
Is that type of support?
Yeah, that kind of support, yeah. It's funny because the Witch Doctor's on the other team.
I love getting Ags on Witch Doctor. That thing slaps.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's
Oh,
just...
bottom lane, the Ember Spirit getting chucked in.
Oh, thrown straight
Followed
in.
by the spear right through
Oh,
the
no,
gap.
no. A field goal. Absolute field goal. Oh, you hate
Oh,
to
someone
see
clip
it.
that.
My goodness. Oh, no, no.
So that's the Ags reveal.
That's terrible. God, oh, I feel so bad for them. For Peckett,
Why was that tree even down in the first place?
I think it was because Snapfire eggs breaks trees.
And it was just one.
Yeah, it was just like
That was
one or- it
slightly in
one
the
or two
circle.
trees, yeah.
So we're blaming the Snapfire or the Mars
It's
here.
literally the Snapfire. Gee, where's that hitting that tower fast? Miles puts his ult up,
That's an ult from Troll.
Yeah, he's just running into the walls like you said.
He has BKB up, so he's fairly fearless.
Throws Juggernaut
Ooh.
in, starts spinning.
Oh my God.
Goodness, the damage? Is that a dead Witch Doctor?
It's
That
a
is
dead Ember
Witch
Spirit,
Doctor.
most importantly.
Oh my god, that is a dead Ember Spirit. You're
He brought
entirely
back,
correct.
he's actually jumped back into the fight.
Oh my goodness, he's there. Shad Ravi taking down the ogre. He's also starting to work on the Death Prophet. Juggernaut also getting incredibly low, going down. Death Prophet
from
also
Mars
going down.
and Ogre.
Buyback from Mars. He's back in the fight. He's probably killing this troll, but is he staying alive to do it? Yes, he is. Whew, I need to look at the fight
God.
recap for that one.
That was crazy. This Snapfire was taking me surprised, and I've got both teams' point of view.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there's a Juggernaut! Oh, the fighting is continuing.
Oh my
the
God,
ads.
he's
Oh, he
shooting
dodges
the
it
Mars
though.
out. I think it was to try and get him out. Yeah, just backing him away.
This is so awkward.
Oh no, that's a dead ogre. Yeah, I don't think he's getting out of there. Well, if it wasn't worth it for Dahlia before, it definitely is now. If you look at the fight recap, Jesus, 7 kills and 2 buybacks on the Radiant side, whereas only 4 kills on
Ember ball back
Ember,
there
yeah,
as well.
and Ember's ball
Yeah.
back. Yeah, so the overall goal change, it was more worth it for Daya, but goodness me, what a crazy sustained engage. That was,
I think the biggest winner was the spectators for that one.
yes, completely agreed. He changed it to Skadi the moment Melody mentioned. Wait, hang on, what? Oh no. he
Oh,
doesn't.
what?
No, he didn't. I think they're trolling.
The lies.
The lies. Dude, you made me double take. Oh my god.
Yo, actually, Spirit Vest with Scardy on an Ember Spirit. He'll be reducing the heal of everyone by so much. I'm not saying it's good here, but just the principle of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, that's not what you want! The Snapfire
he doesn't have his
coming
ult
in too.
on Jugbo.
He manages to, yeah, no, Juggernaut goes down, and they're off the Roshan. Oh, that could have been so beautiful. The Mars ult coming in. Witch Doctor ult outside the Mars ult. Radiant need to back off.
Oh, this Troll's getting particularly low.
Troll's
gets
low,
the
he's
spit,
getting
but
chased.
not enough.
Spear. Oh, it's not just there yet. Ogre Magi also getting out. Trolls alive is Mars.
Death Prophet here.
Mars. Oh, dies to the Maledict. Death Prophet going in though. She's doing Spirit Siphon after Spirit Siphon. She's hitting people with the ghosts. There's a lot of damage flying all about the
Snapfire's
place.
throwing the Ogre in.
Oh, Snapfire going straight.
Oh, he gets it.
Boom! Hits him. Aegis down on the Ember. Oh my god. Troll does manage to pick up the Ogre though, and
Oh, Brew down.
that's a brew down. Ravi, the Chad, gonna pick up another. This Snapfire Eggs is insane.
It's strong, but they're losing their fights also. It's kind of a shame. Like,
Yeah.
the Jug didn't have, like, when he was thrown into the road.
If he had ult, that would've, the story there was completely different.
Yeah, he would have got a free pick off, and then they wouldn't have been able to Roche. And then Ember Spirit wouldn't have had the second life.
Yeah, it's a strong ability. They just need to use it correctly.
Problem is their hand was forced, otherwise they would have given Ari Roche anyway.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I think they just take Rex in. There's not really much the Juggernaut can do on his ones to stop that. I think the concept of eating Jug and then throwing him in. Oh my god, she did.
That was a creep, yeah.
He's on very little health. He's limping.
Oh, he's gone for it. Alright. Oh, he got the kill, even though it was cancelled.
Wow.
Damn. Tom Big Dick Johnson. Not dicking about.
Oh my god. That's your one. That's your one. That's your one. Oh my god. I missed the skill shot. I was focusing on what they were doing, rotating to top. Snapfire ult, making my job harder.
Yeah. He was making use of the fact there was a sentry in the mid lane. And took a long fire shot at the Nyx. Nyx managed to cancel it, but the damage was done by that point. Right.
Yeah, chat makes a good point. Diffusal is definitely putting in work on the troll.
Yeah, it's really strong.
Radiant's top tower is
He's got a DD pocketed up now, and a Basher. Ember Spirit has a BKB now. I feel like Jug's really lackluster right now for how much farm he's got. Doesn't feel like he's gonna suddenly kill someone, whereas...
Don't worry, Yuri, I believe you.
Invisibility.
Invisibility?
I don't. Kappa.
Invisibility on the brew. They don't really have vision to do things with this. And Radiant Sentry did just wear out. Yeah, they're kind of on opposite sides of the map. Radiant have 4 in the top jungle. And Dire have 4 in the bottom Radiant jungle. Oh, hang on.
Jug's pushing aggressively, but Nyx is about...
Nyx is around. I think he's just going to counter push it. Nothing crazy. Will
Oh,
they
she's
try and
used-
push bot lane?
She's used the Ags on Snapfire just to slim down a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually BKB is pretty early for this, and they're just gonna glyph.
Yeah, that's very early. I don't think you do that before they glyph.
They should fight this now.
Yeah.
No, but he doesn't have BKB.
I think that's a good idea for Radiant.
They don't have Snapfire Ags for 10 seconds, unfortunately. Don't worry, I'm watching.
Thank you for being the Ags cam. Okay, ban Ravi from events and Discord.
Zoning Witch Doctor roll.
Oh
It's
my
just actually
goodness,
just gonna go down.
Monomachus is just going to kill him even though he's interrupted.
Right. He's trying to grab someone, I think. I know. Oh, Jug getting yeeted in.
Ooh,
There's the
big, he's on the
Brewmaster.
Brewmaster.
He has
Does he
Omni.
have the ult? Yes, he does. He only straight
Oh,
in.
no.
But he gets cancelled because things get moved. Marzel coming in. Lots of damage going across. I think Mars might actually be falling here to the Brewmaster. Can he actually do it? No, he
Oh,
can't.
Troll actually goes down.
Raviente gets the...
Damage is done though. Troll knows this game's over if he can just push with his team, so he buys back. They have the outpost, so he'll be here shortly.
Yeah, that's true. You just TP straight in, just as he's doing now. And then he takes this Rex. You know, creeps are already taking the range Rex. On mid. This is a huge push for the Dire. And they are one very big step closer to taking this tournament for themselves. With those Dire barracks, they can now, with those Radiant bottom barracks, they can now push incredibly hard into base. I don't think they'll be pushing too much right now because there's 4 of them up. But all it takes is one good team fight and they can push into mid, or one average team fight and they can push into top. So this is definitely what you want to do.
Illusion.
A little bit of drawing coming out there on the map. Witch Doctor is going down. That Snapfire, that Mortimer Kisses gobble up. The gobble up spit out combo. Making a very good pick-off hero out of Snapfire. That axe is definitely putting in a lot of work.
It's very entertaining.
It is, I agree. I think it's sick. I actually really like it. Alright. Dire just trying to push in lanes, not doing anything too crazy. But Radiant content on pushing them out, farming up the gold. I think really they're just waiting for Roche to respawn, which is smart because they're using the courier to scout it.
Well, first time we've seen that, it's quite good to do now, but everyone's got so many couriers.
Yeah, exactly. If you lose a courier, it's not, especially if it's the position 5 courier, if you lose a courier, it's not a ridiculous loss to the point where no one gets any items anymore. And if you're the position 5, you don't really need items in the first place. So it's like a really good mobile ward.
Right, Snapfire's ready with his eggs. They're not really pushing this up. It does feel like Dive just decided to. They got 2 lanes up. We're
Yeah,
gonna finish this game with an X Roche. Let's just farm up for a while.
They're just mellowing it out. There's no point in rushing and going crazy about it because they might throw their.
Ooh, the scam caught out the smoke.
Very
I mean, they're
unlucky.
currently gonna get a Witch Doctor. Oh, we
Yeah.
just Juggernaut yeeted.
He's kind of chilling in the trees. They've walked straight past him. I think he's
Yeah,
got
well,
30.
we're not really targeting the Witch Doctor, to be honest. It'd be kind of a letdown to get.
He's broken the smoke. Snapfire misses the Q. She knows he's there. 3 seconds on TP for Witch Doctor.
Oh no, they Death Prophet ulted just for a Witch Doctor kill.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Yes, Witch Doctor.
That's
used
gotta
his
feel
ult,
bad.
but, oh. Yeah, Death Prophet ult's such a big source of teamfight damage for the Radiant, and using it just to secure a Witch Doctor, when ultimately it just wasn't needed.
The good news is it'll be up in 10 seconds before Roshan respawns.
Yeah, that's true.
Ember strength, now rekindled.
Again, just kind of harass. Nyx Assassin's all burrowed in. Regens his mana very quickly while he's down there, so I can see him doing it to clear creeps.
Still waiting on Rochdale. You can see Witch Doctor's frustration. He's just spinning around the cover a bit. Oh, you got Ags on Nyx, yeah.
It's a good pickup. Especially in such a teamfight oriented build. So much range on that Impale. Alright, Radiant, all 5 are smoked on mid. They're right near the Brewmaster. The smoke hasn't popped. They're all on high ground. Are they looking to smoke Roche? There's a courier there. And that's a dead courier from the Witch Doctor. 142 gold.
This
each,
Witch
that's
Doctor's
a-
creating space. Oh, Troll Warlord getting caught out.
Oh,
He
no,
does have
that's
BKB and he does have ult.
It's not what you want. Can he actually do anything with the BKB here? He's starting to kill the Diffusal Blade doing so much. Moss has no mana, he cannot get him off it.
We just need to turn him in now, but he doesn't have BKB. He pops the Satanic, it's still living. This Ember Spirit is just jumping onto the Snapfire.
Yeah, and
Fight is in 2
Troll Wall-
places.
Yeah, a Troll Warlord just popping the popping a lot of attack speed on Guffler Root. Oh
my
first
God.
hit bash. Let's go.
That's gotta feel bad.
Double
They all have
kill already.
buyback if they want to fight this Roche.
Do I see a triple? Yes, I do. Mars buys back. I think this is a free rush.
Yeah, I think one of them had to buy back to deal with the creeps.
Yeah. Just because you don't want to lose this to creeps, do you? After all this hype and all this amazing set play, do you really want to lose to creeps? Pretty free ages for the pretty free ages and also the cheese. And the DD on the troll as well, the smoke, oh the if they managed to catch this Mars unawares, this is a dead Mars. Honestly, yeah, just hit the tower. Yeah, Mars can't do anything about it. So much damage, so much attack speed. What is Radiant to do about it?
Just having a
Repair kit.
DD as well. It's just down.
Yeah, I don't think
Snap
Repair
fire
Kit cares
buyback.
too much. It's a good lift. I don't think that Troll Warlord really cares too much. Yep, it's gonna go down. Same with the melee Rex. This might be Mega Creeps. It's looking
Yeah,
like it is Mega Creeps.
One last fight with him. Snapfire just chucked the
Ooh,
Juggernaut
Snapfire
in.
chucking Juggernaut in, using the Mortimer Kisses, doing a lot of damage over time. Juggernaut going absolutely crazy. Ember Spirit doing a lot of damage as well. Death Prophet going down. Her ult's still out though. Troll Warlord falling dangerously low, but he does have the Aegis.
Well, there's a cheese used. The Aegis is already gone, but still not going their way.
Yeah, Mars falls. Death Prophet also looks like she's going to be next. Oh yeah, just like that. That Nyx Ag's doing absolute work here. Snapfire down, Juggernaut down, that's 4 down, they're all in the base. It's looking over. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the glorious
Raviente.
Team 2, Raviente's team will take the tournament. Fantastic showing from both teams. Awesome Dota all around. Just a wonderful, wonderful showing. Very well played from both sides. I gotta say, Believers, I believed in them. They did a fantastic job. That Snapfire Rags was fantastic. I had some great moments. The game was really, really good. But, as unfortunate as it is, they are not the victors of this. Instead, the glorious Team 2 are. So, congratulations to Raviente, Daki, Trimbor, Lil IQ, and Ninor for winning this tournament. You will be receiving special Discord roles and also a special flair on the subreddit, as well as Alliance branded clothing provided to us, of course, by Alliance Esports at the Alliance GG. What a showing!
Yeah, they played really well.
Yeah, so
Ravi played really well in
Ravi
every
was
single mid game.
Ravi was 16-1. This was a highlight reel for the dude.
Yeah. Any teams picking him up?
Yeah, exactly, right? Hashtag sponsor Ravi. Now that's something that could get trending. Goodness me. Well, excellent showing, excellent play. Game's over. Tournament's over. What a wonderful time. Right, did you guys have fun? Because I had fun. What about you, Daybreak? Did you have fun today?
I had fun. Yeah, it was
This
good.
was fun.
First game was very entertaining. That was a very crazy game.
Yeah.
Some very interesting picks.
Yeah, second game was pretty stompy, but it was still a pretty fun watch. We had a few tosses and turns there.
I
and
finally
then the
watched the
last
Snapfire dream
Yeah.
of Ags eating everyone, but I really feel like they were very even in this game. Death Prophet was struggling a bit. That happens, but Juggernaut had really good farm up to a point, and then it feels like just Jug does nothing as a hero.
Yeah, he used
his
to be...
Omni Slash just feels so underwhelming. It's kind of like Ember Spirit slighted fisting twice.
Yeah.
That's how it felt, and it's just like that's not ultimate worthy.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But yeah, no, that's it for the stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I have been Melody, also known as Shooped. You can find me at ShoopedYT or follow my stream on twitch.tv/Shooped if you want to see more of my stuff. And yeah, that's me. I'm also very active in the Discord, or I try and be active in the Discord, so say hi sometime.
I'm Daybreaker. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch as well at Daybreaker Do It. Yeah,
no.
had a fun day.
Very, very
fun.
cool. This was all really good. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you have wonderful evenings. I'm going to go take a nap because I'm very tired. Yeah, just have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining us here today. And we will see you next month for the next tournament. So, be there. Alright. See you guys around. Peace.
See ya.